as well as going over some, well, it'll be a part 2 of the spiritual gifts that we started on Wednesday, I believe it was. 4:44 on the clock as we're getting started. Love that. All right, so let me preference this or start this by saying this is a gift appreciative community. Okay, so gifts are appreciated, not mandatory, but most definitely appreciated. If you can give, if you can send beans for my big old people, then please do so. It is much appreciated. It is a way of showing your appreciation for the space, for what we're doing here, and for the community in general. Okay, also likes, shares, comments do also help. If you do have any questions at any point during the lesson, feel free to put those questions in the comment section. Okay, I will periodically be making sure that I'm looking at the comments so that as we go I can answer whatever you guys have, whatever questions you guys may have about the topic today. Okay, let me back this up a little bit because I feel like it's moving every time I hit this table. Okay, so also quick announcement, for the month of March we are doing a spring equinox preparation mentorship. So if you are interested, feel free to go to my website to book that or to solidify your spot. My website is linked in my bio for those who are interested. If you do need the payment plan option, speak now, forever hold your peace. Okay, shoot me an inbox message, let me know that you're interested in the mentorship, but you need to split your payments in half. The total cost is only $77 for the entire month mentorship, but we can do 2 payments of $37 or $38. Okay, so if you need that, just inbox me and we can arrange that. Okay, the last day to book or to solidify your spot will be Friday. Okay, March 1st, I believe it's Friday. So yeah, that'll be the last day. Other than that, feel free to, book how you see fit. All right. Okay, cool. Let's get into this lesson. So again, today we are going through the 5 clairs, understanding the 5 clairs, understanding how they work, understanding how they show up. Okay. Now, the main thing to remember when we're talking about the 5 clairs, right? The 5 clairs would be considered a quote-unquote spiritual gift. If you did not watch the first part of the spiritual gifts video that we did on Wednesday, go to the YouTube link in my bio and definitely make sure that you watch that, because that's going to give you a basic understanding of spiritual gifts, period. Hey, girl, hey. And then eventually you can come back to this video. I mean, you can look at the video now while we're doing it, but eventually you can come back to this video when you need to and kind of tie everything in. Okay, but the 5 clairs are technically spiritual gifts. Thank you so much for the gifts, babe. There are 5. All 5 of the clairs go according to the 5 senses. Okay, the 5 senses are hearing, touch, taste, smell, and feeling. Okay, well, feeling is touch, so maybe I missed something. Touch, taste, smell, taste, smelling, knowing, feeling, hearing, and seeing. So I guess they threw an extra one, but anyway, okay. Yes. So we're gonna start with, we're gonna go in order. Hello everybody just joining. Shout out to Big O. You guys also feel free to put in the comments any questions that you have, and I'll make sure that I'll come back and answer them. All right. Thank you guys for the gifts. So we're gonna start with the ones that everybody pretty much knows for the most part. So the first one is clairvoyance, aka make sure that E looks like an E. Okay, boom. Clairvoyance, clear seeing, okay? This is one of the more well-known ones, I'd say. Let's zoom y'all in a little bit. Okay, cool. This is one of the more well-known clairs that the majority of people seem to be familiar with, all right? This would include visions, all right? Having visions, whether that is like a that's a raven type of moment, whether it is kind of almost daydreaming as well. Daydreaming could be considered having visions depending on what you are seeing or experiencing within that daydream, so on and so forth, okay? Clairvoyance can also be dreams, okay? So for my people who see things in dreams and then they eventually come true, you are clairvoyant, okay? All right. My D kind of looks a little weird. All right, boom. So this is my people who may see certain things happen in a dream space, and then it happens in real life. This could also be people who see things happen in the dream space and it may have a deeper meaning for you to decode or whatever the case is. But dreams are definitely prevalent when we're talking about being clairvoyant, okay? This can also include, I'm gonna write it over here. Well, I'll write it over here. Seeing spirits. All right, my people who see spirits, my people who see auras, okay, is another one. I'm gonna put /auras. All right. My people who can see what they would deem ghosts, which again is the same thing as spirits. And it's not always spirits of people. It can be a spirit of a dog or a past animal or whatever, okay? It doesn't always have to be an actual person, all right? It's just being able to see in the spiritual realm. This could also be, yes, seeing dark figures in the corner of your eyes. Yes. This can also be seeing shapes, seeing numbers. I mean, there's so many different things that you could see in the spiritual realm that's not just a person or people, okay? So keep that in mind. So we got visions. That again is that's a raven type of moment. That can also be daydreams as well, okay? Then we have dreams. So dealing with the dream realm, the dream space, so on and so forth. And then we have seeing spirits or auras, okay? This could also be objects. This can also be animals. This can also be figures. It can be shapes, whatever, okay? It doesn't matter. Just being able to see things that aren't specifically there, quote unquote, okay? I'm gonna also include deja vu as well. Okay? Usually those who are clairvoyant also sometimes experience moments of deja vu. Alright? Now this is the thing when it comes to the clairs, right? Most of all spiritual beings have at least 1 to 2 of the clairs. They show up in different ways, which is why we're kind of specifying some of the different ways that you can be, you know, one of the clairs, right? But it doesn't negate the fact that everybody for the most part, if you are a spiritual being, right? If you have a soul, you share 1 to 2 of the clairs just because, right? The clairs are nothing more than your communication or your ability to communicate, see, hear, taste, whatever, with the spiritual realm. Okay? So deja vu can show up as, it may feel like deja vu because it can come from a vision or a prior experience or something that you've seen in a past life, something that you experienced in another life, something that you may have experienced, encountered, so on and so forth. Okay? All right. Now, in church, we would call these people prophets. All right? If we were religious, then technically we would call these people prophets. All right? Their ability to see in the spiritual realm would deem them prophets. Okay? So I'm going to try to fit them all on this board so that we can do an entire review at the end. But in case I can't, make sure that you're following along as much as you can. Remember, we are a community, so let the people in the comments know what's going on if they do ask or have any questions. Okay? Kind of catch each other up if you need to. Alright? The second one, let me back my chair up a little bit. It's Clairaudience, aka, thank you for the gifts, love. Clear hearing. Okay? Clairaudience is clear hearing. Alright? So this is being able to hear in the spiritual realm. Alright? So signs of this could be the ringing of the ears is a big one when it comes to clairaudience. Okay, that's one that most people who are clairaudient will experience at some point, is the ear ringing. Okay? It doesn't mean that something's wrong with you. It don't mean that you're going crazy. It means that you have access on a audio level to the spiritual realm. Okay? Hearing whispers. Okay, and we've talked about that quite a few times over here, actually, where you may hear whispers around you, especially if you are about to go to sleep or the room is quiet or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? You may hear, you know what I'm saying, all of that. Or you can hear actual conversations or actual words being said. Okay? Another one, messages and music. So a lot of y'all be wondering why when certain things happen, the song just pop up in your head, or if you're listening to a specific song, you get a message or a download, you're probably clairaudient. Okay? Now, it doesn't mean for sure, but these are some of the signs for certain people who are gifted and also experience these things. Okay? Hearing ancestors or spirit guides. All right. This, of course, would require you to have a relationship with these people for you to be more clear on the voices that you hear, of course. However, if you can hear spirits, period, or if you specifically know that you, are hearing from your ancestors or spirit guides, then 9 times out of 10, you're a clairaudient. Okay? Thank you for the gifts. Somebody said something over here. Let me go back. I have dreams and deja vu and the whispers. Yep, so you're probably clairvoyant. Okay? Alright, let's move on to number 3. And again, we're going to do a review of the whole board. For anybody that's just coming in, we're going one by one. And we'll do, like I said, an entire review at the end. The third one, let me make sure I spell this right. Clairsentience, which is clear feeling. Okay? AKA touch. Alright? So these are my empaths. Thank you for the gifts. Those who pick up on people's emotions through feeling. Okay? These people can also feel energies. Alright? That can be feeling spirits in the space. That can be just picking up on energy, period. They can feel emotions. Okay? These people can experience goosebumps. Alright, you can experience goosebumps walking into certain rooms, being around certain people, being in certain energies, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Now, this can be physical or energetic. Okay? I spelled that wrong as hell. There we go. So, those who are clairsentient or those who have clear feeling, this could be a physical thing or this could be an energetic thing. So either you can physically feel spirits, sometimes you can physically feel emotions or physically feel what people are going through. So let's say, for example, you are around certain people or whatever, or you're around a specific person, and let's say that they're dealing with like a heartbreak or something. Maybe your chest will start hurting. You know what I'm saying? It can be symbolic like that. Or maybe this person is dealing with a lot of stress and all of a sudden your shoulders get heavy or your back starts hurting, or, you know, something along those lines. Okay? So some people can feel it physically, or some people can just pick up on the energy of whatever those people are going through or whatever energies may be in that room. This can also be physically feeling spirits. Okay? So just like you can touch somebody in the, 3D, it's kind of the same thing. You can, feel a spirit come in, or whether that be a cold breeze, or whether you actually can feel a hand or an arm or whatever, okay? Different strokes for different folks, but these are some of the bases of characteristics you can look for when it comes to clairsentience. Okay? Number 4. Now, if you saw an arm, then that goes back to seeing, which would be clairvoyance. But if you felt the arm, then that would include clairsentience. Okay? So number 4. Make sure I spell these right. Okay. So I seen somebody ask what was knowing, okay? And that's Claircognizance. This word always get me. But this is when you just kind of know. Nobody really has to tell you. Nobody really has to educate you. You don't really have to see it in person or in the physical. But you just kind of know what's going on, what's what, who's what, so on and so forth. Okay? If you're just joining, we're going to do a recap of the other ones that's on the other side of the board. We got one more after this one, and then we're going to recap the whole board. Okay? So this is kind of just having that knowing without having to be told, thank you for the gifts, or having that knowing without having to have a lot of information or background knowledge, so on and so forth. Okay? So these could be gut feelings, when you just know. It's like I just feel it in my gut. Something is just telling me, I just know what's going to happen. Okay? Knowing things before they happen without any proof. Okay? Without anybody having to tell you, without anybody having to explain anything to you. You may not even know the situation. You may not even know the people involved. Okay? You may not know anything. But you just kind of know what's going to happen before it occurs. Okay? Now, the reason why we're going through specifics is because to see goes back into clairvoyance. Anything dealing with sight is clairvoyance. Okay? Not to be mistaken for claircognizance. Alright? Claircognizance is when you just know something. You don't have to look. Okay? Now, like I said before, the clairs can be mixed. Everybody just doesn't have one gift or one clair, right? Some people have multiple clairs that work together. So maybe you can look at something, which would be your clairvoyance, and also know, which would be your claircognizance. Okay? Yes. So like if you know somebody is lying, if you know somebody is not trustworthy, if you just, can get around somebody and just kind of know what type of person they are without the information, all of that. Okay? This can sometimes tie into clairsentience because you can feel the energy of the person and then know what's going on. Alright? So some of these can play around with each other to help you kind of decipher through energy. Alright? This is also usually linked to deep ancestral knowledge. People who are usually claircognizant are usually deeply rooted in their ancestral knowledge. Okay, so these are people who are very tapped in with the spiritual realm, especially when it comes to ancestry or passed down information through the bloodline specifically. Okay, so again, people don't really have to tell you what's going on for you to see. If you're just joining, I'm gonna show the whole board when we're done 1 through 5. We got one more to do, okay? And I'm gonna go through the whole board, I promise. Again, this is information, thank you for the gifts, that's passed down through ancestral knowledge. This can also be Akashic records, because Akashic records is nothing more than ancestral knowledge that is basically stored in a spiritual database, okay? And you can tap into it in many different ways, right? But some people don't necessarily have to purposely try to tap into it through like meditation or whatever. Some people just born with certain knowledge. They just know certain things, right? And it's based on what was passed down for them in the spiritual realm. All right? Thank you so much for the gifts, everybody. All right? So I just want to specify this. So claircognizance is always knowing without being told. And if somebody tell you, then you're not claircognizant. That don't even make sense, right? So this is to know without even being told. Ain't nobody came and warned you. Nobody gave you no background knowledge, no peek, no hint. It's just knowing, and that's just what it is. Now this could be one of the hardest clairs to have because of the fact that we live in a very physical and proof-based society, right? And those who are usually claircognizant, they have information and knowledge, thank you for the gifts, that they give and that they put out before other people see it. So sometimes these people can be deemed crazy. Okay? Honestly, with all of these, you know, there could be a level of that person's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You know what I'm saying? But since we're talking about claircognizance, a lot of these people get called crazy until what they said comes into action. And then all of a sudden they're not crazy no more. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, well, you did say, well, if you get your credit, because some people just try to act like they don't remember you saying what you said, right? But if you do get your credit, thank you for the gift, then people will usually come back later on and be like, oh, you did say X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Those times where you just meet somebody and you like, that person don't, you don't need to trust that person. You don't know nothing about them, know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Somebody can tell you about that person over the phone. You don't even have to see them. You don't have to put your eyes on them. You just like, no, right? Sometimes you're gonna be the bad guy. It's a part of the program. All right, now we're gonna do these last two together because it's technically 6 clairs, but the last two can kind of be pieced together, and that's how we're gonna do it. So we got 5, okay, and this is Clairalience. Child, listen, don't try to get me to say it. Okay? And this is smelling. Okay? And then we got Clairgustance. I think that's how you say it. Yeah. And this is tasting. Okay? So those who are able to pick up on things through scent. Okay? Sometimes you just randomly smell something and that thing is not around. You randomly smell some cigarettes, ain't a cigarette in sight. Don't nobody in the house smoke cigarettes. It's like, where the fuck? Why am I smoking cigarettes? You're not nowhere with a window. It's just very random. Or you randomly smell a perfume or a cologne or a dish, okay, whatever. All right, that's usually because that scent is connected to the spiritual realm. All right. So smelling random things. All right. That could be smoke. It could be perfumes, colognes, like I said, cigarettes, coffee, meals. Let's say it's a person who had a certain scent that they liked or that they preferred, and that person passed away, and you randomly smell that scent, okay? Any of those things, all right? But it's always related to the spiritual realm. Clairs are always related to the spiritual realm. So it's smelling things that aren't necessarily there. Thank you for the gift, okay? Then we have tasting. Or cravings. Okay? So tasting certain things, you know, you ain't really ate nothing, but all of a sudden you can just taste that homemade cookie that your great grandmama used to make or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Or you randomly are craving something that maybe your spirit team wants. Especially, this is a big one if you have an altar. Okay, I experienced this the most when it came to an altar, specifically when it came to offerings. Because sometimes you're like, well, I don't know what my ancestors may want to eat on their altar, so on and so forth. And you randomly start craving certain stuff, or you randomly start tasting certain things. Okay? So these two can kind of come in handy, smelling and tasting, especially when it comes to altars. Okay? It can also be random messages, okay, showing up as messages from the spiritual realm, right? So maybe you minding your business, you just randomly smell some coffee. Your ancestors might want some coffee. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Okay, it just depends. All right, let's do a recap. Some of the board may be cut out of the screen, so we're going to slide it as we go. All right? All right, clairvoyance. This is one of the number ones that most people experience, okay? Now, when it comes to the clairs, most of these clairs work together, all right? Some examples may be clairvoyance working along with clairaudience. You may see something and be able to hear that thing, okay? Or clairsentience may be working together with claircognizance. So you may have a feeling about something and then just have an inner knowing based on that feeling. It all depends, okay? But clairvoyance is clear seeing. This will show up as visions, dreams, seeing spirits or auras, and deja vu, okay? Clairaudience is clear hearing, being able to hear in the spiritual realm. This is seeing in the spiritual realm. This is hearing in the spiritual realm, okay? This is ringing in the ears, hearing whispers or conversations, messages and music, and hearing ancestors or spirit guides in the spiritual realm. With clairvoyance, I have everything, but how do I unlock auras? So put a pause on that, and then we're going to come back to it, okay? Clairsentience. This is clear feeling, all right? So these are my empaths. These are my people who can feel energy, the energy of a room, the energy of a person, so on and so forth. These are people who can pick up on emotions, okay? You can feel the emotions of the room that you enter into. Hello, everybody joining, all right? You can get goosebumps, or the hairs on your body will stand up, hairs on your neck, hairs on your arm. I mean, anyway, you got hair, okay? It can stand up. You can feel something, all right? The clear feeling or clairsentience is physical or energetic. So you can physically feel a spirit, like touching it, right? Or you can energetically feel something, okay? So that's feeling it on a spiritual level, on an energetic level. Okay? I have dreams. Oh, thank you so much for the gift. Okay, hold on. Let me go in order. I've experienced every single one, but there are a few that are more frequent and prominent. Yes, that's usually how it goes. I have dreams that actually happen in real life and turn out to be precognitive dreams. Yes, so that will be a part of clairvoyance. Okay, seeing things before they happen will be a part of clairvoyance. Okay? Then we have Clairalience. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. Don't quote me. Which is smelling in the spiritual realm. And then we have Clairgustance, which is tasting in the physical realm. So this could be randomly smelling things, connecting to spirit, randomly tasting things, connecting to spirit, or craving things randomly. Clairalience. Okay, thank you. Yeah, okay? Tasting things, smelling things, connected to the spiritual realm. Okay? Cool. Let me go back to the other question. Thank you so much, babe. Someone said, what do you do if you have all of them? So this is the thing. This is the gag. Okay? This is the gag about this, right? If you do have all of these, or you have some of all of these, then cool beans. You know what I'm saying? Cool beans. It doesn't mean that anything is wrong. It's not a bad thing. You just are multi-gifted. It is what it is. Okay? Now somebody said, how can they are clairvoyant, but how can they unlock reading auras? Every clair is not made the same. Meaning, you may be clairvoyant, but auras may not be your thing. It's a gift, right? It's just like singing. There could be multiple singers, but everybody's not gifted to sing in the same key. You may be an alto, I may be a tenor, you may be a soprano. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I can sing real high, but I can't sing real low. But I can sing. You know what I'm saying? So, all clairs aren't made equal for everybody. Right? This is why we're given multiple different ways, and this is not all of the ways that it can show up. But this is why I'm giving you some examples of ways that it can show up, so that you can kind of see and make your own assessment if it resonates for you personally or not. Okay? So if you are a seer, you're clairvoyant. Okay? If you are a seer, you are clairvoyant. Okay? Hold on. What's going on? What's going on in the comments? What's going on? Listen, Linda. We don't do that in here. We are family, like a giant tree, stretching up towards the sky. We are growing free. We don't do that in here. Okay? It's not that deep. It's not that serious. If somebody said I'm cute, I'm cute. Moving on. It ain't that deep. Okay? Love and light. We operate in love and light over here. Everybody is family. Now you don't gotta like your cousins, but you gotta deal with them, and you gotta be kind. All right. Now I done taught elementary school kids, and sometimes y'all are worse. Okay, get it together. My 6-year-olds will be able to sit down and concentrate. I need y'all to concentrate. All right? Thank you. Okay, let's get through some more of these questions. Because if not, I'm doing a public spanking. Everybody's gonna get their ass whooped in here. All right, how do we strengthen our clairs? Okay, so let's go through it. Because I've seen that question a couple times. What if you experience all but you can't control them? You can't control what and when you get them. Okay, so just like anything, you have to do exercises. Excuse me. Going back to the singing example. You could be born with the gift to sing, right? But you still gotta exercise them vocal cords. Right? There's still more for you to do to lock in to really, get to that quote unquote expert level of quote unquote singing. Okay, that's our example, right? Same thing with the spiritual realm. When you have a specific gift, or you start to notice that you have a specific gift, then you need to start doing exercises to strengthen them. Okay? So, for example, if I am a seer, right? If my gift is to be clairvoyant and I can see in the spiritual realm, then I need to start practicing seeing. Now, meditation is going to be your best friend when it comes to being clairvoyant, because it requires you to trust your third eye chakra, aka your spiritual eye, which is where you see spiritually. Anyway, you're not using your two physical eyes if you are clairvoyant. The things that you see in the spiritual realm are not coming from your physical eye. So you need to focus your energy here. You got to tap into that third eye chakra if you are clairvoyant, because that is the only way that you're going to start to develop a deeper or more clearer approach or control, a better control, thank you Spirit, over that particular gift. Okay? So in order to see better here, you got to stop focusing here. That's number one when it comes to being clairvoyant. You got to turn the physical eyes off and engage that third eye chakra. The best way to do that is meditation. And when you meditate, you want to focus your energy on the third eye. Now, we did a live lesson on meditation. It's on YouTube. If you need that, go back and watch that, because that was a really, really good one that gave us some insight on how to properly meditate and the purpose of meditation. Okay? So go back and watch that. That's on the YouTube. All of the other lessons that I've done and this lesson, they always go on YouTube. So anytime you miss something, need to rewatch it, take notes, whatever, the link is in the bio. Okay? Get it, got it, good. Cool. Now, focusing here is going to be very important when you are clairvoyant, because you have to learn to disengage from the physical eye. This is why sometimes for my people who are clairvoyant, when you see something and you, like, let's say you see something out the corner of your eye and then you look back at it and it's not there, that's because you're activating your physical eyes immediately. You're not going to see that because it didn't come from there anyway. Okay? It didn't even come from there. So that's why when you look back at it, you're like, hold up, did I just see what I just saw? And then the shit ain't there no more and it disappeared. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because it wasn't there physically. It was there spiritually. That was a different... When you are clairvoyant, you are seeing things on a different frequency. So it's not the physical frequency that you're seeing things on. So you will confuse your physical vision with your spiritual vision, aka the third eye, and you can't do that. Because that's going to fuck you up every time. That's why when you look back, the shit is not there. Okay? So what I would do is, again, meditation, focusing on the third eye. I will also do, if this is your main gift, okay, we're talking about if this is your main gift, or if this is one of the top gifts that you have when it comes to the clairs, I would focus here during meditations. I would also make sure that I do weekly third eye adjustments or cleanses. So you need to, we will do a lesson on chakras on Wednesday. You need to make sure that you understand what a balanced third eye chakra looks like, what an overactive third eye chakra looks like, and what an underactive third eye chakra looks like. Because if your third eye chakra is overactive or underactive, it's going to fuck with your vision. It's going to fuck with your ability to see spiritually. Get it, got it good? Okay? Another thing, we did a video on crystals. There are certain crystals that align with the third eye chakra. Learn how to meditate with those crystals. Learn how to activate those crystals. We did a video on activating our crystals. Okay, thank you for the gift, my love. So all of these things, if you've been following me and you've been going through all of the lessons with me, you realize all of these things kind of go in order. We learned the foundational pieces before we learn the other stuff. Okay? Let's see what else. Thank you. I appreciate you for respecting the space. Thank you so much. I know a lot of you guys are eager to answer some of the questions in the comments, but I definitely appreciate the respective space. Yes, fasting is a way to help, especially if you are fasting from eating certain things. Remember, we are spiritual beings first, and then we are physical beings. So we always need to put things in our body that are energy-based. Energy-based foods. This is your fruits. These are your vegetables. This is your H3O2. Not H2O, but your H3O2, which is your charged fruit water. Okay? If you got regular water, put a little bit of lime, squeeze some key lime in there, and a pinch of salt to activate that water so you can make it alkaline. You can make it electric. Yes, alkaline foods. Thank you so much. So fasting is definitely beneficial, especially if you're eating a lot of non-electrical foods. That's dairy, that's processed things, that's a lot of carbs, breads, rice, a whole bunch of grains. There are certain alkaline grains like quinoa, but y'all not eating no motherfucking quinoa. Let's be the fuck real. Y'all eating white rice and noodles and fettuccine. Okay, because y'all know y'all love an Alfredo moment. Y'all not eating no motherfucking quinoa. Okay, certain brown rice, if it's wild rice, okay, can be alkaline. It just really depends. It just really depends. Okay, but you need, if you want to know, go alkaline. Alkaline is always your energetically charged, non-GMO fruits, vegetables, grains, spices, so on and so forth. Okay, fasting depends on you. Fasting is a you thing. Okay, fasting is a you thing. So it just really depends on what you got going on and what type of, in the direction that you're being led. I'm gonna say that whatever you're personally going through and where you're ancestrally being led, because we allow our spirit team and our higher self to come in and help us and give us intuitive messages, downloads, so on and so forth. Okay, so how are you being led? Is your spirit team saying, hey, do it for 3 days? Okay, now let me say this. If this is your first time fasting, don't do more than 3 days starting out. Number one, if you put too much time on the board, you're going to be overwhelmed. Okay, you're going to be overwhelmed. We are not here for quantity. We are here for quality. All right, don't do more than 3 days. If this is your first go around, this is your first try, if you just getting out your comfort zone, do 3 days first. Okay, see how you feel, see how your body is, you know what I'm saying, see how your body is responding. Because another thing is, you can't be mixing all types of shit together. You can't just be mixing all different types of fruits. I've seen people say they're going to do a fruit fast, and they just mixing all types of fruits, and stomach is fucked up. Because you got sweet fruits, then you got acidic fruits, then you got this, and you got that, and y'all fucked up, okay? So you need to figure out what's right for you, okay? And then some of y'all might be diabetic, so you don't need to be doing a whole bunch of fruit anyway. You see what I'm saying? So you need to, slow and steady wins the race. You ain't in no competition with nobody, okay? Do something basic. If you're going to do a fruit fast, maybe start with your berries. Berries are always a good place to start. Berries are great for detoxifying the cells, okay? Help regulating the blood sugar and a lot of other things. Start with your berries. Do a berry fast first. And then you can see how you feel after that and then do something else. Okay? And I don't mean just berries and you don't eat no regular food. Okay, do your berries maybe from, 6 to 6. 6 a.m., 6 p.m., you just do berries. And then maybe after 6 p.m., you do a nice little meal. You see what I'm saying? So that way you don't fall the fuck out. We don't need to be picking you up off the floor because your ass is hungry. Okay? Listen. What the fuck is the point if you just gonna go night-night when you stand up? Some of y'all got low iron and all type of shit. You can't do that. You gonna fall the fuck out. Okay. 6 to 6. That's a good little fast. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't doing too much. And when you do get hungry, you just get you a little cup of berries. Measure you out a couple berries every time you get hungry. From 6 to 6, do what you need to do. And then after 6, you get you a meal. Okay, a nice balanced meal. Get you a protein. Okay, and a good veggie. Preferably, you know, a green. Spinach is really, really good. It's a great one, actually. You know what I'm saying? Get you a protein, a little veggie, and maybe a good alkaline grain, a quinoa or wild rice or something. Okay? Yes, if you're a diabetic, don't be eating a whole bunch of fruit. That's gonna your sugar gonna go to hell and back. You're gonna fall the fuck out. Okay? You don't want that. So you want to be careful with fruit diets when you are diabetic until you get that together. Because that sugar and that fruit will take you're going to meet the Lord a little sooner than you wanted to. Thank you for the gifts. Okay? So, clairvoyance, clear seeing. A way for you to strengthen this gift is meditation and third eye practices. Third eye balancing. Third eye chakra information. Go research the third eye chakra. What does it look how does it look when it's balanced? How does it look when it's overactive, underactive? We're going to go through chakras on Wednesday. So if you want to be patient until then you can do that. Okay? But you need to focus on the third eye when it comes to clairvoyance, because that's seeing in the spiritual realm. Remember, we don't do physical eyes when we're talking about the spiritual. Okay? It may be depicted in the physical, so it may look like it's coming from the physical, but if can't nobody else see it but you, it's not physical. Okay? Because you can see this thing of Lysol disinfectant wipes. Now, if I was the only person to see it, then this would be a spiritual seeing. The fact that we all can see it, it ain't spiritual. It's just here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Now, clear hearing, clairaudience. Anytime you are clairaudient and you want to strengthen that, you need to completely eliminate all of the other senses and only focus on what you can hear. So a great meditation practice for this is sit your ass outside, close your eyes, and see how far your hearing can go. Okay? Because of course you can hear shit in your proximity, right? But can you focus on what's happening all the way across the street? Can you tune your ear in all the way down there? You know what I'm saying? Can you hear what the fuck is going on behind you? Behind the house? If you're in front of the house, can you hear behind the house? You know what I'm saying? How far can your hearing go? Because you're basically, this is like people who are blind, right? People who are blind, they have amazing hearing. They can hear better than people who got all their damn senses, because it's not hyper focused, right? People have all their senses. You can see, you can smell, you can taste, you got all that. Our hearing be a little janky, right? Compared to somebody who was blind, because they are hyper focused on their hearing. They have to trust their hearing for everything. So you need to tap into that type of process. Eliminate vision, eliminate sight. Okay? Eliminate all the other shit and focus on your hearing. Okay? What can you hear? Even if you, because I know it's a little cold most of the U.S., if you watch from the U.S., it's a little chilly. So if you can't go outside, do it in your house. Turn everything off in the house. Find you a comfortable place to sit, right? Anytime we go into meditation, we set an intention. Because it's basically meditation. Meditation is nothing more than you focusing on one thing at a time. Right? So turn everything the fuck off. Hello, babe. Turn everything off and see what you can hear. What can I hear around me when my eyes is closed? Right? The more you do that, the more you're going to train your ear to pick up on things, or to just strengthen the things that it does pick up on. And this needs to be a constant exercise. So don't just, you know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for the gifts. Don't just fucking do it once out of the damn month and then just be like, Poca, you said no. Poca said be consistent. Okay? Set you an alarm Maybe sit there and do it for 20 minutes, sit there and do it for 30 minutes, so on and so forth, whatever. But be consistent with it. Quality over, so it's not about how many times throughout the month you can necessarily do it. It's just how consistent you can be with it and how intentional you are when you're doing it. All right, so it's not like, oh, you got to do it at least 10. No, you just need to be consistent. Whatever consistency looks like for you, as long as it's more than one time out the damn month. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Okay, moving on. Ooh, shout out to y'all. We achieved our goal. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Ja. Ja, you the reason why we achieved the goal. Shout out to you. Let's set another one for those who want to support. Gifts are definitely appreciated. And everybody who gives is most definitely celebrated over here. Because I love y'all real bad. And I love the support real bad. Alright, same go. Alright, let's move on. For my people who are clairsentient, these are the people who can feel. These are my empaths. Okay? Okay, these are my criers and my people who just have so much compassion because they can see what you don't see. Now, let me say this about my clairsentient people. Y'all got a real bad habit of making excuses for certain people because you can feel what they feel, or you can feel what they've been through, what they've encountered. Thank you so much for the gift. Okay? So sometimes y'all have a lot of negative people around y'all because you can feel their heart. I don't give a fuck. Okay? I just need y'all to really understand that. No. Okay? Hell to the no. I don't care if you could feel what happened to them at 8 years old. If their ass is grass right now, to this day, accurately, right now in this moment, you need to treat them accordingly. Y'all be collecting hurt people. It's like y'all got a collection of hurt-ass motherfuckers walking behind y'all. It's fucking annoying. Let some of these motherfuckers go. Or give them the help that you're supposed to give them and move the fuck on. Thank you for the gift. Hello? Alright, these are my empaths. These are people who feel energy, feel emotions, goosebumps. It can be physical or it can be energetic. For you guys, for my people who feel, same exercise almost as my clear hearing people, but you're tapping in for a different reason. Okay? Also, my clairaudient people, you do have chakras in your ears. Okay, so your 2 ears are chakra center as well. It's not just crown, third eye, throat, heart, sacral, solar plexus, root. Them not your only chakras. Each ear is a chakra center as well. So you need to look that up. Well, again, we'll go through it all. For the most part, on Wednesday, I'm going to break chakras down completely. So if you want to wait for that, you can wait. But you can start looking it up. No, I did not inbox you. There are fake pages of me going around. If you receive an inbox from me or a follow from me, it is not me. Block that motherfucker. But before you block them, cuss them out and be like, don't do my poker like that. You got us fucked up. And then block them. You know what I'm saying? Have my back first and then get them out of here. Okay. But yeah. Okay. You have chakra centers in both ears. So pay attention to that. Start researching that. Okay? There are energy centers that help you decipher what you hear. Okay? So, it's kind of the same exercise as my clairaudient people. Close your eyes. Don't focus on what you hear, but focus on what you feel. What am I feeling? When I turn off these senses and I escape from this reality and I'm sitting in this room, what can I feel? And you can say it out loud or you can make mental notes. I can feel the breeze from the wind. I can feel the hairs on my arms standing up. You know what I'm saying? I can feel you know, a itching sensation on my left toe. Whatever. What can you feel? Okay? I can feel my heart beating. You just want to start getting more in tune with your physical feelings as well as what you feel energetically. So let's say you go to an event. Somebody invites you to an event, right? You get to this event and you don't know, but you just start feeling weird. You don't know why you feel weird. Something's just weird. The energy just feels weird. You was good before you got here. Maybe it didn't kick in until after 5 minutes of you being there. Who knows? Okay? Who knows? But you just start feeling weird as hell out of nowhere. Okay? What you do is you go somewhere where you can be by yourself and you do that exercise. You close your goddamn eyes and you ask yourself, why am I feeling this? Spirit, what are you trying to communicate to me? What is it that you're trying to tell me? Do I need to leave? Do I need to get the fuck up out of here? Is it time for me to go? Okay? Meditation is going to help with all of these, because meditation is not just something that you do only when you're standing still, sitting still, whatever. You can meditate on the fly. You can close them goddamn eyes and tune in and tap in real quick and get what you need to get. Alright? So we got long-term meditation. Then we got, you know, short-term. I need to tap in and gather some information real fast. Spirit, I need you to download to me what the fuck is going on. Alright? Period. Also, because you are clairsentient, it does not mean that you attract broken people. It just means that you can feel them. I'm sick of y'all saying, oh, I just attract all of the broken people, and, you know, I just can't get away from them, and, you know, maybe I'm here to just, you know, help everybody that's broken. No, you can just feel it, because that's your gift. You feel a whole bunch of shit. It don't mean that you attracted it. You could be randomly minding your business, walking through a mall, and you can feel some shit. Did you attract that? No. You just there and you picked up on it. It is what it is. It's like taking a metal detector to a beach. Okay? If I take a metal detector to a beach, did I attract what's under the sand, or did I just so happen to cross that metal detector over it? So that don't mean that you need to go and start recruiting all of the broken people and all the lost souls and putting them under your goddamn wing and trying to save their life. We're not here for all of that. Alright? You got a specific group and amount of people that you are here to help. That don't include the world. That's why there's several different people that share these gifts. If you was responsible for all of them, you would be the only one with this damn gift, and you're not. So it's not for you to help everybody and save every goddamn body. That will piss me off. And when I'm pissed off, I'm whooping ass. We're not here for that. Because the thing about clairsentience is, number one, you need to up your damn protection. Because a lot of y'all, not only do you pick up on what's going on, but you pick up on what's going on. And then you take it home. And then you lay in your bed. And then you roll around in it. And then you pass it on to your kids. And your spouse. And your mama. And the baby. And whoever the fuck else. Hello? Shit. Did you already go through Clairaudience? Yes, I did. Can somebody relay to my baby Clairaudience, please? We help each other in this chat, so don't feel free to ask a question. Be like, chat, you know what I'm saying? Did she blah 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 blah? They gonna help you. They better. I already told you I'm whooping ass. Okay, so my clairsentient people, y'all need to be the most protected, because that emotional baggage is heavy, and you don't never know what you're picking up on. And you'll never know how much of it you have picked up. And if you don't have any protection, if you don't tap in, tune in with your spirit team, you don't know why you feeling the way you feeling. Why you doing the things you doing. Why you moving the way you moving. You don't fucking know. Okay? Yes, this will be posted on YouTube. That link is in my bio. Just click the YouTube link in my bio to take you right there. You can subscribe. And this will be posted tomorrow rising when y'all get up and go to work. What if you are a combination? If you're a combination, you need to do all of these things at least a couple times a week. All the tools I'm giving you, all the ways for you to strengthen these gifts, you need to be doing it a couple times a week. This is why I be telling y'all, spirituality is work. It is a lifestyle, babe. A lot of y'all want to be claiming spirituality and I got a gift for this and I got a this and that. Yes, I offer mentorships. You can click the link in my bio and go to my website and you'll find them there. This shit is work. It's work. And if you don't do the work, if you don't use it, you lose it. It's just as simple as that. Okay? You don't see it? Hold on, I'm gonna respond to you. Hold on, Sugarfoot. There you go. This shit is a job. You know what I'm saying? This shit is a damn job. So, shit. You don't see, Z, you don't see what? The website or the YouTube? Do I have mods in here? Are my mods in here? Naja, are you a mod? Can you help me with some of these questions? Thank you, boo. Okay, y'all, Naja, I'm gonna pin her comments so y'all know. She gonna respond to some of y'all in the comments for me. She gonna send y'all my website and she gonna let y'all know what the YouTube is. Okay? I'm a Gemini and I wish it was physically two of me, but it's only 1,000 of me in my head, so I don't got the fingers to do a whole lot. We gonna get it done. We gonna make sure y'all got the information. I don't know why it's not showing up. Y'all like somebody done said that before. Okay. Yeah. So my Clairsentient people, y'all need to master protection. Y'all also need to master shadow work because you need to be able to decipher the difference between what you picking up on versus what is your energy. Y'all struggle with that sometimes too. Am I the one feeling this? Am I the one experiencing this? Am I the one picking up on this? Or is it somebody else's shit that I'm tapped into? It can be very confusing if you don't know what the fuck is going on. Shadow work is you learning you. So if I know all of my energy and I know all my skeletons and all my bones in the closet, then I won't really get confused when I present it with something that I've never encountered. I'm going to know that shit ain't mine because I'm familiar with my shit. Okay? The website is showing that the store is unavailable. Okay, give me a second. Just bookmark the website, and then when I get off, I'm gonna see what y'all see. Okay? All right. Claircognizance. Shit, give me a second. This is knowing. The inner knowing, the ability to just know. You just know what the fuck going on. Ain't nobody have to tell you. Ain't nobody have to teach you. Ain't nobody have to show you. Ain't nobody have to break it down to you. You ain't take no lessons on it, no classes, no courses, no nothing. You just know what it is. Thank you, my love. You just have an understanding of what it is. You know what is given. You have the insight. Okay, so this is your gut feeling. This can also be intuition. Some people have a stronger intuition than others. Like I said, all gifts are not experienced the same. Everybody has intuition, but everybody's intuition is not on the same level. Some people are gifted in intuition. That's just their shit. That's just their gift. Now, we all can tap into intuition, but we all ain't on the same level as intuition. Okay? Your gut feeling. Okay, so you just have a gut feeling. It's like walking into a place, right? And your gut is just like, you need to leave right now. Go. Somebody about to start shooting. You're like, what? And then you leave, and then you look on the damn news, and shit didn't get shut up is up there. Okay? Yes, this is also deep ancestral knowledge. So these are the people who just kind of know about where the bloodline needs to go and how to get it there. Right? They kind of already are familiar with the energy of those who came before them. Okay? These are people who are just connected. And remember, these gifts can start at a very early age. So it's not like an age appropriate type of thing. Like, oh, when you turn it, like, no. These the kids that be like, yeah, grandma, whoever, you know what I'm saying, said hi. And you like, grandma, you know, so-and-so died before you was even born. Little 2-year-old, little girl, little boy. How the fuck do you know their name? You know what I'm saying? You just be knowing shit. They just know shit. It freaks you the fuck out. Okay? This can also be knowing how things are going to work out. Right? So a lot of people who are claircognizant can be looked at sometimes as overly optimistic. It can be a little annoying. Right? Because you talk to them, you can be like, damn, you know, I'm really going through, you know, some tough shit. And they said they about to evict me next week. And they're like, oh, don't worry about that shit. You gonna be fine. And you like, should you hear me? They said they gonna put me out. Now I got the money. They're like, you gonna be alright. Just do X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Do blah, 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 blah. And you gonna be alright. It be annoying as hell. But they be right. And you don't get put out. You still be there. You know what I'm saying? That shit is annoying as hell. Right? Or you could see this person going through something. You know, they going through an experience. Maybe they got a bill due. Yeah, it's tough being in a relationship with somebody who's claircognizant. Because maybe y'all got a bill due or something. And they like, the lights gonna get cut off tomorrow. And, you know, your girlfriend just like, oh, we gonna be alright. You know what I'm saying? Still plugging shit in and just moving, just like nothing is going on. And you looking at that hoe like, girl, we gonna be in the dark. I hope you got some fucking candles in there. Because we gonna have to burn them bitches. I hope you got several candles. And they be right. The motherfucking lights don't get turned off. Y'all be sitting there and it just be bright as hell again the next day. And the next week, shit's still on. You don't know how it worked out, but it worked out. These people can be annoying. They can come off as know-it-alls. These are people who can also, they give you advice based on what's going to happen in the future. These are future-based people. So a lot of what they say, a lot of the advice that they give, thank y'all so much for the gifts, it's not going to make sense in the moment, and you're probably not going to like what they have to say in the moment. And you probably want these people to be more personable, more emotionally invested. But they can't really do all that because they see the future of it. They're not caught up on what's going on in the present. They're very future based. They can see what's happening next week. So you trying to get emotions out of them today is not gonna work because they already know how this shit gonna work out. Sometimes they may not know the specifics of how it's gonna work out, but they know it's gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? For my people who are claircognizant, you need to start journaling. That's going to be your thing. You got to start writing shit down. Number one is going to help you get more confident in what you feel. What you kind of know. It's going to make you get a lot more confident because you're going to be able to write it down, put a date on it. Because this is also going to help you understand your return, your power of return. So how fast things kind of move. So if you have this feeling today, how fast after today will it come to pass type of thing. Okay? Y'all got to get real good with writing shit down. Yes, especially dreams, especially intuitive things, especially things that keep repeating. Okay, like you just may have this certain thought that just keeps repeating, this certain whatever that just keeps, it's very repetitive. It's like it won't leave you alone. Just over and over and over and over. Same message, same message, same message. You got to start writing that shit down. I don't care if you put it in your phone. I don't care if you write it down on paper. Well, y'all need to get more comfortable writing shit down on paper. You can put it on the phone if you're out and about and you moving around and you can't get to no pen and paper. But y'all need to get y'all some number 2 pencils and some paper. Start writing that shit down. You understand? I mean, you should have a book by the end of the year. And get you, wherever you write it, it needs to only be in that particular notebook. You use that notebook for that, and that's it. Number 2 pencils, boo. That's the pencils we used to use in school. Now, I don't know how old you are, because I know everybody stopped using pencils at a certain time. I don't know. But I'm a millennial. We was writing cursive. The cursive community. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the cursive people. We old as shit, but we here. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, get you some pencils. Some pencils. Not no mechanical ass pencil. Fuck that. When we're doing spiritual work, we use regular wood pencils. Pencils. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need. Baby, you couldn't pay some of these damn... Some Gen Z got it. Some of the older Gen Z. But you can't pay some of them to write in cursive. They can't even read the shit. I said, we are doomed. We are doomed. Why they not teaching fucking cursive no more? Child. Listen. That's a whole nother story. Anyway. So we use pencils. Pencils are more powerful because pencils are organic. They come from nature. Right? It's a tree. It's a tree and it's lead. All that comes from the ground and from nature. Okay? There's power in pencils. Now, if all you got is a pen, all you got is a pen. That's cool. But if you really want some now start writing your manifestations down with that pencil and come back and talk to me. You know what I'm saying? I think Wednesday we're gonna do chakras and spell work. And we're gonna go over some more spell work tools. But just FYI, start writing your manifestations down with that pencil and tell me how your life changed. Okay, all right. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm just the messenger. That's all I am, literally. All right, 5. It's a twofer. So technically, it's 6, but these two they usually go together. Okay. So we got Clairalience. Yeah. And then you got Clairgustance. So Clairalience is smelling. Clairgustance is tasting. These are my people that just be smelling and tasting random shit that ain't around. Okay? You just sitting there minding your business, all of a sudden you smell coffee. Like, what? Ain't no coffee in this room. This room don't even got no cups. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody making coffee. I'm in the house by myself. It's just very weird. It's very strange. Okay? Or tasting. You randomly get a tasting or a craving of something. Like, why am I tasting spaghetti? You know, maybe your ancestor wants some spaghetti. Okay? These two are usually directly connected to ancestry. Majority of the time, this is an ancestor communicating to you or a spirit guide communicating to you through taste and smell. Okay? Now, if you are a reader, you read energy, and we're about to go through some of the other spiritual gifts. We did a part 1 of spiritual gifts last week. Okay, go to PocaSPEAKS on YouTube and you can watch all of the live lessons that we've already done. But this will be a part 2 of spiritual gifts. Now, if you are a reader, you read energy, right? These two can come in handy as well. Especially if you are a medium or you deal with ancestors a lot in whatever you do. These two can really come in handy. when it comes to identifying a spirit or communicating what a spirit may want. Okay, and we'll get into all those specifics. All right, everybody got this? I'm gonna back it up so that y'all can do a screenshot or write your notes or whatever the hell you need to do. And then we're gonna move into spiritual gifts. Y'all got 30 seconds and we moving on. Everybody good? Got it? All right, cool. Let's reset. And then we're going to get into these spiritual gifts, honey. Now, Monday and Wednesdays is when we do our lesson days. Shout out to everybody that's been here since the first lesson. We've been learning a lot of good stuff over here. If you know me, you know I'm a teacher at heart, so I love these days. Tuesdays and Fridays and Sundays, we do general readings for those who are interested in readings. Yes, I do readings. I do offer personal readings, but we do general collectives Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. And then Thursdays is our Q&A or our topic day. Usually I'll choose a topic or we'll just do a general Q&A on whatever, whether it's something going on in the world, whether it's just spiritual questions or spiritual topic. It doesn't really matter. We just kind of go with the flow over here. All right, so we get a little bit of everything in here. Readings, lessons, and topics. So make sure that y'all follow if you like the vibe, if you like what's going on over here. Follow, turn on them notifications, them live notifications so that you know when I go live. I'm usually live between 3:30 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, Eastern Standard Time. All right. Now we're about to get into some of these spiritual gifts. Now, this is part 2 of spiritual gifts. We understand, yes, I do offer personal readings. Real quick, let me see what's going on with the website before we get into it. Spiritual. Oh, why am I typing in spiritual gifts? Poca, is you cool? Okay. That's what's wrong. I was doing shit, updating my website and forgot to put it back online. Duh. Alright, let's see. Let's turn it back on. I'm like, what the fuck do they mean they can't see the shit? Wait a minute. What Poca, you don't have the website live, girl. Duh. How was you cool? Alright, so let's make it go back live. Alright, y'all. Alright, it should be back up now. Let me just make sure. Alright, so for everybody who was asked about the website, try it now. It should be up there. I'm going to put it in the comments again. For those who wanted the book services, I don't think it's gonna let me pin it because for some reason TikTok don't let you pin websites in the comments because they hate us. But it's back up there, and I put it in the comment section for those who were interested. All right, so let's go through spiritual gifts. Now, this is a part 2 of spiritual gifts because, like I said before, we started spiritual gifts on Wednesday. So let's do a quick recap before we get all the way back into it. I want to do a quick recap of spiritual gifts. Everybody's spiritual gift will not be listed in the ones that we're about to go over. Okay? So, for example, we were talking about how you can be gifted with your hands. Maybe you have the hands to heal, right? That can look a number of different ways. It doesn't always mean that you're supposed to do Reiki. It don't always mean that you're supposed to go lay hands on people. Sometimes it means you're supposed to cook. You a chef. Okay? Sometimes it means that you do art. Yes, thank you. Sometimes it means that you draw and you paint. Or you write. Or whatever. Okay? It don't mean that you need to be out touching every damn body. Or making crystal bracelets and shit. You know what I'm saying? All spiritual gifts are not made equal. Now, the ones that we're going to go over today are more consistent with the spiritual umbrella, quote unquote. But it is not the only ones. Okay? So I just wanted to say that before we get started because some of y'all going to probably be like, well, I don't have that gift. Well, you're not supposed to. And that's all right. All right? That's just fine. All right. Girl, what? Ooh, that just look real crazy. Y'all sit there and let me do this shit. All right, anyway. Now, these spiritual gifts, like I said, that we're about to go over are the common ones that you hear about when it comes to spirituality. Okay? These usually the ones that everybody fighting over and doing too goddamn much about, which is why I wanted to put this in a part 2 because I wanted the focus to be on spiritual gifts when we initially did the lesson. All right. First one we're going to talk about root workers and conjurers. Okay. Now, these people are gifted to not only do work on their own behalf, but also on the behalf of others. This is what makes it a gift. Okay? Because you can do root work on yourself, you can conjure for yourself. Period. But only people who are gifted here can do these things on the behalf of other souls. That's what makes it a gift. Okay? So these people are connected to the land. Okay? Herbs and spirits. If you just joining, this is a spiritual community. We are not religious over here. And that's going to be my first and the only time saying that. Because sometimes religious people come into other people's spaces and they start trying to throw their weight around or the weight that they think they got. Not saying that's what anybody is doing yet, but this is what y'all have a history of doing. Don't do that here. If you don't agree with what's going on here, if you do not subscribe to the beliefs here, then this is just not your space. And that's a warning. I'm being very clear that is a warning. Because if you do get disrespectful in my comments, and it is disrespectful to come into this space and try to force any type of beliefs, okay, then I will get disrespectful on behalf of my beliefs. And that's a warning with a promise attached to it. I don't play like that. I'm not one of them spiritual people that's going to turn the other cheek, because my ancestors said I ain't got to do that. Alright? And if you don't know, you'll find out. All that spiritual disrespect, we not playing that no more. It's 2025. You will get cussed out. Straight like that. Amen? Amen. Alright. My conjurers, my root workers, they're connected with the land, herbs, and spirits. Okay? So these are my people who perform roots. What is a root? A root is a spell. It's another word for spell, right? Or a deep-rooted spell. Okay? So it's to root something or bind something in the spiritual realm on the behalf of yourself or another person. Okay? Conjurers. My conjurers, they conjure the energy in their tools. So whether they're using the land, herbs, or spirits, they're conjuring that energy and making that energy or requiring that energy to do whatever they're trying to get it to do on behalf of themselves or others. Okay? Now, my root workers are very heavily connected to ancestors. Okay? These are people who the ancestors don't play by. I'm just saying. When they really gifted to do what they do, ancestors don't play about their root workers and their conjurers. They don't play about that. Because in order to be a root worker or a conjurer, you have to have a close-knit relationship with your spirit team. Because you need the protection and the insight and the permission to do certain spell work. Real root workers know that they just don't put spells on anybody, or don't put roots on anybody, or don't take on certain clients, because they deal with the spiritual realm. So they're not just going to tap into any energy. They're not just going to come against just any energy. They don't play like that. Okay? They move with permission of spirit, source, universe, whatever. So they're usually very deeply connected to ancestors. Do you believe in Ouija boards? Played today, but I think my mate was moving it. Well, let me say something, Caitlin. Let me ask you one question, and don't take this the wrong way. Are you melanated? Because the spiritual realm is ruled by melanin. And you will fuck around and you will find out something that you probably didn't want to. Okay? When we talk about spirituality is not religion. Spirituality is ruled by melanated beings. So you just like playing in somebody else's house. Somebody's house that you don't have a good history with. If you catch my drift. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful. Leave that shit alone. Yeah, I figured you was. Because nobody with melanin would fuck around with a Ouija board. No tea, no shade. Okay? I love you with the love of the spirits. But baby, ain't nobody with melanin gonna ever do no shit like that. Because we know and we understand. That ain't, we don't even play like that. Okay? We don't even split the pole. Okay? We don't even split the pole, but we don't even open no umbrella up in the house. You know what I'm saying? We don't even sweep up our feet with the broom. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely not about to play with no Ouija board. We don't even play like that. That don't even sound safe. You know what I'm saying? No hats on the bed, no purses on the floor. We don't even do that. Because we understand. Okay? And we in the family of the spirits. And we still don't even play like that. We don't even do that. Don't you do that shit no more, Caitlin. Do you understand me? Okay, Katie, don't you do that no more. you won't come back. I'm trying to tell you. Or you gonna leave with something that you ain't come with. Cause some of these spirits, they got time and they don't give a fuck. Possession is real, my love. If you don't take nothing else from what I'm saying, thank you for the gift. Possession is a real thing. And everybody don't get the spiritual protection to keep their vessel clear. Hello? One of them black ass spirits will take hold of your ass and won't let you go. It's a huge no-no. It's a don't you even look at one again. You need to be so scared of Ouija boards that you don't even watch a movie with it in it. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, stay away from it so far that if somebody pull it out, you just run. You just pick up all your belongings and you just leave. You just escape. You just don't look back. Don't collect $200 when you pass go. You just disappear. I need you to evaporate. That's how much of a no-no that is. And that's the warning. Now, if you want to go and do what you want to do, then by all means, live your life. But, you know, I'm just saying. Okay? Now, spirituality, like I said, is not a Caucasian-based practice. It is a closed practice. Specifically, what we're going over today is hoodoo, Vodun, Santeria, Ifa. Those are the main ones. It is a closed. Let me say this again. It is a closed practice. If you don't have melanin, background, ancestry, don't touch none of the shit that we talking about today. And I'm not playing. Hoodoo is a closed practice. It is a black American practice. Okay? Vodun is a closed practice. It is a black practice. Not black American, but it's a black practice. Ifa is a closed practice. It's a African practice. Santeria is a closed practice. It's a black Afro practice. Okay? This is closed. We gatekeep over here. This is very much so gatekept. And our ancestors in the spiritual realm, they gatekeep too. And some of these ancestors done had some experiences with some of these people here in this 3D plane. Okay, so you go try to fuck with them, and they may try to get a little bit of, revenge on your ass or something. You don't know. Leave them people alone. Okay? Anyway, root workers, okay? My root workers are usually deeply, deeply connected to nature. They love nature. These are people that they walk barefoot outside. They always outside in the grass, and they don't give a shit. It could be raining. It could be thunderstorming. It could be lightning. They don't give a damn, baby. They outside. Feet planted in the grass. They love grounding. They are very, very connected to the root chakra. So grounding, foundation, things of that nature. Okay? These are the people that may be by the train tracks. They go to they're not scared to go to the cemeteries at night. If anything, they may be led to go. Okay? Some of these people may work with bodies in the afterlife. So they may, work at like a morgue or something. Or they do hospice care or something like that. They're usually around, quote unquote, death a lot. Okay? Either that or nature. One of the two. One of the two. Okay? They can't get enough. So I'm gonna add that So they're usually around death in nature or both. Okay? These are the people from a young age who have always been like mixing shit up. Mixing up herbs, mixing up spices, concoctions of some sort, okay? These people usually love talisman. So whether they like collect sticks or they collected rocks or they, you know, had a close relationship to certain necklaces or bracelets or something, they're big on talisman. They always got some type of something on them, whether you see it or not. They got that shit on them, okay? A lot of them are cooks, yes. These are the people that, you know, could whip up some shit that'll heal you from the inside out. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, oh, I'm sick and my throat is hurting. All right, they gonna go make a tea. They just gonna put some shit together in the pot and come and bring you a cup of healing. Okay, it is what it is. These people usually have a very, very strong energy. You can't always explain it, but it's a very heavy presence, and it's usually because they are never alone. And what I mean by that is spiritually, they're never alone. They always have a lot of spirits with them, walking with them, being with them. So their energy always feels very heavy. Or if you're around people like this, there's usually always something weird happening. You know, like questionable shit. It's just weird. Okay? Lots of weird experiences. You know? Just, it's like only with them do certain weird shit just be going on. It's fucking off. Alright? Those are my conjurers. Those are my root workers. Now, some of you guys may have multiple of these gifts. Some of you guys may not have any of these gifts at all. Let me say this. If it don't apply, let it fly. Don't you get to fucking around with this shit if you're not gifted. Especially with root work. Root work is one of the spiritual gifts that is mandatorily passed down. So you got to have lineage in root work before you just start doing it. There's always somebody that came before you that did this shit. Usually these people are raised either by grandparents or they have a strong connection with their grandparents before they pass and even after death. Because the ancestry, they heavy on ancestry. So they could have been up under their grandmama ass cheek. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere grandma went, they went. You know? Or they just got some type of deep connection or something. Or maybe the day grandma died, they was born. Like, it's always something weird. You know, it's just always weird shit. Don't fuck around with this if you don't got the ancestry for it. If this is not your gift, this is the worst one to try to play around with. You shouldn't play around with none of these, but this is the one that will get your ass dealt with. I'm being so serious. This will get your ass dealt with quickly, expeditiously. All right? Especially if you out here trying to put spells on people and all type of weird shit. That shit gonna backfire immediately. I mean, sometimes it don't take no time. And these people, you don't want to fuck with them. That don't mean that they always good people, because they got their own shadow work and shit to do too. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to fuck with them. They not the type of people that you want to be around, you know what I'm saying, playing with and shit. Especially if they got good intentions and they moving with a good heart. Leave these people alone. Like I said, they move heavy. Would it apply if you believe that it was in your family but kept private? So, yes, even if this was a private practice in your family, if you are gifted to be a root worker or a conjurer, it was never private to you. It was never kept technically away from you. So whether you was taught it directly or whether you just start intuitively picking up on shit and doing shit, it can't, if it's your gift, it can't be kept from you. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if I need to explain that any further. Okay? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get through some of these comments, make sure that I'm answering everything. This is not by choice, though. I don't do Exactly. Interesting. I grew up in a religious house, but these things were present and never explained. So yes, most of the people who taught you conjuring, if you are a conjurer, okay, remember, because again, there's a distinction. You can do spell work and root work for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that, right? You can do spell work and be powerful and do things for yourself and for your immediate family. That means your children, that means your spouse. But these people can do shit for whoever they're led to do it for, or if they turn it into a way of living and they make it a business for themselves, they can get paid to do what they do. Okay? So root workers and conjurers, they do it for other people, not just themselves. You can personally be somebody who can do it for you. That's cool. But these people are gifted because it don't just work for them, it can work for other people outside of them. And this is not just family, this is strangers. This is a random person like, hey, I got a problem. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. Okay? So y'all asking, what about witches? Okay, so let me explain this whole witch thing. Okay? Y'all gotta understand, witches wasn't a name that was given to us. It was a name that was put on us. Okay? And it basically is just a name to try, it's a derogatory phrase to people who are spiritually gifted. There are multiple different types of gifts, and that's what we're going through. Right? So technically we use the phrase, there would be multiple different types of witches. It's not just one size fit all when it comes to spiritual gifts. Okay? And it's not just the ones that we're going to go over today. Thank you for the gift. It expands. I mean, there's so many different ways that your gift can show up, or your spiritual gift can show up. Okay? So I don't want y'all to take that term witch and kind of make it like a umbrella term, because I don't really even like that word, honestly, because of the fact that it wasn't something that we chose. It was something that was given to be derogatory. Because I feel like I'm led to do some type of herb work or hoodoo. Again, it depends, because you can do those things for yourself, but that doesn't make you a root worker. That just means that you are using the energy and the essence of those tools or spices or herbs for your own benefit. It don't mean that you're supposed to be out here doing shit for other people. Root workers and conjurers, usually this is what they do. This is their life. This is how they show up. This is what they do for a living. The same way I'm a spiritual advisor, shadow work, specialist, I'm a shaman, I do a whole bunch of stuff. And this is what I do for a living. Root workers do this shit for a living. This is what they do this, and that's pretty much it. They may have a 9 to 5, but it's just for money. You know what I'm saying? This is their life's work. Those who are gifted to do this. Okay? They used to also call these people witch doctors. Back in the day. Back in the day. Okay? Do you consider conjurers and shamans the same? They have some similar characteristics, but I wouldn't exactly say that they're the exact same. Shamans are more so hoodoo based, or what they would call Native American, but I say Black American based, versus a conjurer is kind of like an overall gift dealing with these things. Shamans can also do other things as well outside of this. Shaman is a little bit more broad, if that makes sense. What if it's heavily in your lineage, but your grandma tried to break the cycle and didn't teach you? Again, if this gift did not find you, it's not supposed to. When you are gifted to do this, it will hunt you down. There's no room for you to miss it. You can't miss it. It's going to be in your face your whole life until you embrace it. Okay? Yes, the Book of Psalms is a great book for hoodoo. I just had the urge one day to start studying herbs and stuff. It was literally out the blue. Again, herbalist And conjurers and root workers are two different people. Okay? Conjurers use herbs as a tool to do something or to achieve something in the spiritual realm. Herbalists specialize in herbs to heal, right? Or it can also be plants. So they usually have a green thumb. We'll go through herbalism, but root workers use herbs as a tool. So if you just studying herbs and you just drawing the herbs, it don't mean that you're a root worker. You could just be an herbalist. Or maybe you just need those herbs for yourself. Okay? Hold on. I'm trying to get everything. Make sure I'm answering all these questions before we move on to the next thing. Okay. I answered that. Do you believe in werewolves? Yes. Yes, this is still the first gift. Witchcraft. Yes, so this would be considered what they would call witchcraft. But again, witchcraft is another derogatory term. Most people who call witchcraft be doing witchcraft. Like, I don't think the people who use the term even understand the term. But yes, you would be able to consider technically, yeah, that would be called witchcraft if you go by that definition. Intuition alone can have someone think that you're a witch. Oh, of course. My grandmother always told me I had a gift, but she never said. I guess I have to figure it out. Absolutely. IDK, but in my fam, I'm the only one that felt any type of connection. I feel it comes from my grandmother. We'll start tapping in with her. This is why ancestry is so important. Before you tap into these gifts, you gotta build that ancestor connection. Okay? And do your shadow work. That's the first step. We went over the first steps of spiritual gifts on this is the part 2. So we went over the first steps on part 1 that we did last week. Go on YouTube, watch part 1. It's going to take you through the steps of figuring out what your spiritual gift is. But it starts with shadow work and tapping in with your ancestors. But she passed and I always see her sometimes, not the actual body. Yeah, of course. Medicine women, healers, wise women, etc. Yes, those are some of the other names for root workers or conjurers. I do this for my family. I do want to make teas and herbal products. My granny married a pastor, so we lost the practice for hoodoo. I wish I can ask about it. So you can ask about it, but the older generation, they're not going to talk to you about it from a perspective of hoodoo. So for them, this is just ways, you know what I'm saying? Ways that things that they used to do. So they're not going to be like, oh, hoodoo, let me tell you about it. It's going to be like, grandma, when you was sick or when y'all was sick back in the day, like what type of herbs did y'all use? She going to start telling you. You know what I'm saying? You can't approach it from a spiritual language, you know, because that should be rubbing in the wrong way, especially if they Christian. You know what I'm saying? They get their panties in a wad. Then they want to pray over you and throw oil and shit. Nobody got time for that, okay? So when you approach them, you just make it more broad. You know what I'm saying? Like, grandma, you know how you used to say, you know, when a thunderstorm, we got to turn off everything? Why y'all used to say that? Or, you know, why can't we open no umbrella in the house? Or what other things can't you do? I know you said, you know, if you sweep over the broom, sweep over your feet with the broom, then that's bad. Like, what other things would be considered bad like that? And then start talking, not knowing that they're giving you the tea. So you can't approach the older generation like that because they've been wired in their brain to not see it that way. And if you do approach it that way, they're automatically going to jump to a negative. They're not going to see it, you know, as you just trying to understand lineage and gifts, because they have been conditioned out of that, especially, you know, when it comes to the words that you use. So you gotta play them a little bit, you know what I'm saying? You gotta chess, not checkers, you know. So I think I gotta give, but I don't want to tap in without guidance. Any suggestions? Shadow work. Shadow work is not just healing. Shadow work is also the way to figure out your identity, your gifts, and your purpose. So a lot of y'all want to skip over that, but that's what's going to lead you to what you're supposed to be doing. because it's going to help you erase all of the shit that is not for you, that doesn't serve you, while activating and uncovering the parts of you that you need and the things that you need to know about yourself. Okay? So don't look at shadow work, you know, like people be trying to make you look at it. Oh, it's just healing. Like, it's more to that. Hold on, because we're going to get into some of the other ones. I just want to make sure that I'm answering some of y'all questions before we move on. Yes, this will be on YouTube. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, Christians always going to call it witchcraft. That's why we don't listen to them. There's definitely been an increase in energy vampires. If your gifts is in your hands, definitely go watch the first part of spiritual gifts that we did. That's going to really make it make sense. That's why y'all gotta do shadow work, because a lot of y'all be fucking scared, and you can't be scared going into some of these gifts. You just can't. You gotta jump in. You gotta do it. I'm about to go over tarot. That's actually the next one that we about to go over. Necromancy is my field, but my grandmother was a mambo. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. I see things, and I be having dreams to connect to people. Connect people to a lost loved one. So that would go back into the first part of what we did. You would be clairvoyant. You could also be a medium. We're about to go over mediums and tarot in a second. Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm getting the bulk of the questions. I did a whole video on shadow work and ancestry. Go back and watch that. Do you believe, it's on YouTube, do you believe in earth angels? Absolutely. Okay, so let's move on, because some of the questions y'all asking is the ones that we about to get into. All right, so the next one we're going to do is a medium. All right, my mediums, okay? These are my people who communicate with ancestors and spirits, okay? They are the bridge between the ancestors and spirits. I'm going to say the middleman in the spiritual realm. Okay? My mediums are the middlemen between the physical and the spiritual realm. So they usually pass along messages, pass along information. These people, this shit starts early for them too. So these are people who can pass along messages, like I was talking about earlier. You know, they can be kids and they can see spirits, hear spirits, communicate on behalf of those spirits. Okay, a lot of the times when it starts off super early for them, it can be overlooked because parents will usually be like, oh, they just have a imaginary friend or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, girl, that's grandpa in there talking to them. You know, like, but the thing is, mediums don't always just see spirits that are connected to them ancestrally, right? So it won't just be family members. They can go to a random ass place away from whoever, you know what I'm saying, and see whole ass spirits, communicate with spirits, and then pass along messages. Okay, so a lot of us are pretty familiar with mediums, right? Real mediums, no tea, no shade, don't require tools to be mediums. So them fake ass motherfuckers that y'all see with them goddamn things spinning and shit, and like, oh, the spirits are saying yes, the spirits are saying no. Fuck out of here. Them people is bullshit. Don't get them people your money. You know what I'm saying? Don't get them people your goddamn money. They lying. Okay? Or they like, oh, I gotta, you know, what? No. These people, mediums, these are different from tarot readers. This is different from energy readers, mediums, people who clearly communicate with specific spirits on demand. So these people can channel a specific spirit on demand. It's not like a tarot reader has to have certain access. A tarot reader may have to, a tarot reader may just communicate kind of widespread, and whatever energies tap in. You could come up to a meeting and be like, look, I need you to let me know what's up with my grandfather and what he's saying. They be like, all right. They may need a couple of pieces of information. Sometimes they may need a personal item or something like that just to connect more personally with that energy, especially if they're not familiar with it. They all have their own different ways of connecting, but once they locked in, it's scary. Now these motherfuckers, they scary. Okay? Nah, because how you know that my grandmother liked to wear blue pearls? It be in specific. Let me break that down too. These people will give specific messages. That's how you can tell if they are truly gifted to do what they're doing. Because they're going to give you messages that are so spot on and specific. It's like they wouldn't have known. And usually that's how they can clarify if they're talking to the right spirit, right? Because that spirit will usually give them some information so that you can know as the receiver that this is coming from the spirit that you're talking about. Because there's a lot of fugazi ass mediums out here that just be making up shit, you know, and saying a whole bunch of general stuff. But true mediums, they usually will either ask up front for that spirit to give them something specific just so you can feel comfortable and you can know like they really tapping in with the right person. Or whatever spirit they're communicating with might say something very, you know, if you know type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So it'll give like, yeah, and tell them, you know, to take that trash out. Or tell them clean up that room or something. Like it'll be something so specific. Or tell them get them packages off that front stoop or something. You know what I'm saying? Like something only you would know. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in church. A lot of spiritual gifts you will see in church, but they don't think that it's coming from the places it's coming from. And that's because in hoodoo, we hid a lot of our practices in the church because you could get away with it. They was already, you know, executing a lot of us and calling us witches and warlocks and all type of shit and trying to get rid of us. So we blended it in with the church so that if we was operating out of our spiritual gift, they wouldn't be able to tell that it was coming from our beliefs versus theirs. They would just think, oh, that's the Lord talking to them, right? So somewhere in between, it got lost. And a lot of these people really think that their gifts is coming from Jesus or something. And it's not, baby. You're the gift. You know what I'm saying? It's coming from you. So prophets. Prophets in church. Real prophets. Mediums. Yeah. The real ones. I remember a prophet came up to me in church, and because I grew up in church, and my grandmama was a pastor, and my mama a pastor, all that, babe, that was my whole life, right? So I already knew, you know, to not listen to some of these prophets, because they be prophet-lying, is what we call it in our family, okay? But you know when the real ones come up, because they always say something specific. This particular prophet came and told me, he was giving me messages on behalf of my grandfather. He mentioned my grandfather, right? And then he said, yeah, because I could see you on the floor hugging that bear, crying. I had just did that shit like 2 days ago. I said, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? They give you some specific information based on whatever they can see or whatever they're told. Now, sometimes mediums have messages through visions, So sometimes the spirit that they're communicating with will show them what they're talking about, or they will just communicate it. Okay? It depends. Okay? Some mediums do have messages through dreams, but that's not always. Okay? Usually, this is just something that goes with it. Because we have dreamers. That's a whole nother gift. But some, and I'm going to put an asterisk beside this so that y'all know that's not an always, all the time thing. But some mediums do get communication through dreams, but that's just a part of their tools as a medium. It's not, if you're a dreamer, you're a dreamer. You know what I'm saying? Those are two different things. So we're going to talk about dreamers in a second. Alright, let's move on to another one of everybody's favorites that gets on my goddamn nerves. Now, y'all piss me off with this one. I just need to let it breathe for a second. Because if no gift piss me off, is this one. Okay? Because this seems to be the gift that everybody in the world got. And I'm trying to figure out how. I'm trying to figure out fuck how. I'm trying to really understand it. How is everybody named Mama goddamn tarot reader? Somebody please educate me. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And I'm sick of it again. Okay? I'm through. Number one, all tarot readers do not use cards. I know they're called tarot readers, but sometimes that's just the earthly title. All of them do not use fucking cards. They use tools. Okay? To receive messages. All of them don't use cards. So this could be people who read bones, people who read clouds, people who read egg washes, people who read energy, period. Okay? These can also be my energy readers. Charms, whatever. They can read your eyes. They can read pictures. Whatever. It don't matter. Yes, they are diviners. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's exactly what they are. It's not just cards. And it's not just tarot cards. It can be oracle cards. It can be what they would call playing cards. It could be any goddamn thing. It could be any card. It could be a whole bunch of pictures on random ass cards, and they can just read the goddamn pictures. They use tools to receive messages. No matter what the tool is, and sometimes they don't need the tool. They can just read your ass straight up. Energy readers. These are not people who go and memorize the booklet that the cards came with. I said that shit back in 2020. Man, if y'all could have seen how many people was mad at me the hell you a tarot reader and you gifted in it and you pull the card, and then after you pull the card, you read the book? What the hell is going on here? You know what I'm saying? What in the hell is happening? I know you ain't just pull out that goddamn book and then read it word for word, bar for bar. Somebody's lying. They do not all read the same, and they do not all use the same methods. Period, point blank. It is what it is. Now, my tarot readers start off very intuitive, or my diviners. These are very intuitive people, and it starts from childhood. It starts very early in their life. This is not something that you just picked up on when you learned about spirituality. That's how you can spot a fake. These people been reading energy longer than they've been able to read. So these are the kids that wouldn't go to people when they was young. They not going to be in everybody. They wasn't a baby you could just pass around to everybody. Not happening. Not happening. You can't just put these people in the arms of anybody. You can't take them just to anybody's house. They don't like a lot of people, and it's not because they being mean. These people have been called mean their whole life, I'm sure. They not mean. They just know who the fuck it is. They know who you are and what you got going on. All diviners are not tarot readers. That's why I put that slash right there, because all diviners are not tarot readers. Like I said, some people read energy using different tools. Tarot cards is just a tool. That is all that it is. It's just a tool. It's like using a hammer. You know what I'm saying? It's like a screwdriver. It's just a tool. The gift is in the ability to read the energy. That's the gift. The gift is in reading the energy. Deciphering the message as well. Gaining clarity on messages. So they don't always use cards. And they don't all read the same. And they don't all have the same requirements of reading. Okay? Now with all of the gifts that we went through so far, the root worker, the medium, the tarot readers, or the diviners, none of these people want to do this shit. Let me say that again. None of these people want to do this shit. Because when you are truly gifted in these areas, your life is not easy. And the more you tap in with your gifts, the harder this life gets. Don't nobody want to do this shit. Trust me. The people who press as fuck to do it, they the ones who you know is faking. They the ones who you know ain't really tapped into none of this shit. Because people who really gifted to do this don't want to fucking do it. Especially not every day. We have a love-hate relationship with this bullshit here. Do you understand? Some days we love it, and most days we want to do something easier. We want to do something less draining. We want to do something with lesser requirements. People be so pressed to fake and act like they gifted to do this shit, and then their lives be fucked up. The thing about it is, the people who do this shit, they go through a lot, but they always good. The people who fake it, they go through a lot and they always fucked up. That's the difference. That's the difference. Okay? When you're gifted, you gotta go through shit, right? You gotta be challenged. You're probably the most challenged motherfucker out here. Okay? You're probably the most challenged. And karma finds you fast as fuck. When you are gifted, baby, you can't just be out here doing shit to people. When I say in 2.5 seconds, your ass is grass. That karma comes so motherfucking fast, baby, you can't even turn around. You can't do shit that people do. You can't be around the people that other people be around. You can't have all the friends. These people don't have a lot of friends. They spend a lot of their time by themselves because they already annoyed with all the energy that they picking up on and all the shit that they got to do. You're not going to see these people with big-ass friend groups and all of that. No. Most of these motherfuckers be in the house. They homebodies for the most part. If they do go out, it's very rare and it's not for long. I'm trying to teach y'all how to decipher between who is who and what's what. These motherfuckers not trying to be outside with every motherfucking body all day doing a whole bunch of shit. They not doing all that drinking. They not doing all that smoking. They not doing all of that extra. Because some of that shit will heighten their goddamn gifts. And that's a whole nother side of what the fuck is going on here. Okay. Just gotta clarify some shit here. Alright? Just gotta get some clarity. Because a lot of y'all think that this shit is just fun. Oh, I'm just gonna read cards. No, you're just trying to scam people out their money. And you can tell who not the real diviners or readers because they always talking about the same shit all the time. It's always your ex is coming back and they're coming and telling you that they love you. They're coming and they're going to apologize and they're going to give you a big hug. And confirmation of this reading will be when you get up, you're gonna use your left and your right foot to walk. And y'all be like, oh my God, when I got up and started walking, I was using my left and my right foot. How did they know? Girl, because everybody use their goddamn left and right foot. What the hell? Oh my God, y'all be eating that shit up. I mean, desperation. And then people just siphoning your goddamn energy, taking all your likes and your comments and your shares and your money. Confirmation of this reading, it's gonna rain, but it's not just gonna rain where you live. It's gonna rain in another state. Oh my God, it was raining in Texas and in Virginia. That's so crazy because they had said that it's gonna rain in multiple places and it's just gonna be rainy. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Child. Now these people can also be what would be the word? These people can most definitely see things before they happen. Okay, so a lot of them have foresight. That's another way that you can clarify that these people are true, because what they say will come to pass. What they say will come to pass. It doesn't mean it's going to happen today. It don't mean it's going to happen tomorrow, but that shit will happen, and it will happen exactly like they said it was going to happen. Okay? So we've done conjurers, we've done mediums, and we're wrapping up tarot readers and diviners. Now we're about to move to my energy workers and my healers. Okay? Now, these are my hands-on gifted people. Okay? These are my hands-on gifted people. They deal with energy. Now, they can work with energy physically or in the spiritual realm. Okay? So, this could be my Reiki masters. This could be my yoga instructors. This could be my light workers. This could be those who just heal through their hands. Okay? So, in church, we would call it laying hands. These are the people who always want to hug. When they talk, they touch, they feel, okay? These can also be my empaths as well. These people can be very touchy-feely. Okay? Very, very touchy-feely. And even if you're not in their direct presence, you feel their energy wherever you are. Okay? So you can sense their vibration, their frequency. Okay? I wouldn't say, somebody said in the comments they don't like to touch. These people, I wouldn't say that they don't like to touch because they touch very often. And sometimes they don't notice that they're doing it. You know what I'm saying? These are people that, like, they can sense something's wrong with you and you're talking and all of a sudden their hand is like on your shoulder, on your hand. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, they touching you wherever the energy needs to go. Okay? These people are energetic vessels. So their healing energy comes from within, but they send it to you via touch, or sometimes telepathically, or sometimes through the airwaves. Yes, they are conduits. Thank you. That's a better word. Yes. So these people are touchers. Whether they notice that they're touching or not, they're usually the huggers, the consolers. You know what I'm saying? These are the people who are usually always available to talk, to listen, to, you know, give sound advice, whatever the case is, okay? These could be your therapists. These could be your massage therapists, your Reiki masters, your yoga instructors, your gym teachers or gym coaches, your sports coaches. These could be your doctors, your nurses, your CNAs, your phlebotomists, anything in the medical industry, honestly. Most of them work in the medical industry. If not the medical industry, they could work at schools. Yes, your hairstylist, your dentist, all that. You know what I'm saying? It's not always just Reiki. And that's why in the first part of this of spiritual gifts that we did last Wednesday, we broke down a whole bunch of different gifts that you can do with your hands, because a lot of them do a lot of work in other areas, but they are energy workers or healers or quote unquote light workers. So it's not always, oh, I gotta do Reiki to be able to be an energy worker, or I gotta do something where, you know, be a spiritual massage therapist. Like, no, you could be a fucking nurse. You could draw blood. You could be a phlebotomist. You know what I'm saying? You could be an x-ray technician. You could be a sonographer. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? Okay? If you're coming in and you just came in, you're going to have to wait to see the other side of the board, because we flowing right now. I do a review before I wipe the board. So just give me a second, okay? Yes. A lot of them work with children or the elderly or the sick. That can be physically ill, that can be spiritually ill. That's why I said psychologists, social workers, behavioral technicians. A lot of them also can, doula is a good one. A lot of them also can offer, like we said, hairstylists, nail techs, artists, music. Yes, that's a good one. Life coaches, mentors. A lot of them work with children. A lot of them work with the elderly. A lot of them work with the sick. Like I said, physically or spiritually. Work with the elderly. A lot of them work with the sick. Like I said, physically or spiritually. The sick. Like I said, physically or spiritually. The sick. Like I said, physically or spiritually. If it should be coming back in a second. I had a call. I put my phone to do not disturb. Let me know if y'all can hear me. My sound, I know my sound went out for a second. I had a call. Let me know if it's back before I finish. Oh, that's another one. Veterinarians. Yes, they're also healers. Going back to mediums real quick. Mediums can also communicate. Like I said, it's not always just with people. They can communicate with pets, animals. Some of them talk to animals, some of them communicate with animals, so on and so forth. I forgot to throw that in there, but I'm glad somebody put pets in the comments because made me think of it again. Alright? Yes, mediums can communicate with pets. So the people who they feel like they literally are dog whisperers or animal whisperers or dog whisperers, animal whisperers, so on and so forth. Them people's mediums. Yes, Dr. Doolittle. Perfect example. Yes. Those are mediums. They are mediums for pets. So mediums don't only just communicate with spirits in spiritual realm, they also communicate with spirits that cannot talk or communicate information. So they can, sometimes mediums can be people who can go into places like where people may be on like ventilators and being like comas and shit. And they can communicate on behalf of that person. You know what I'm saying? If like you're in a coma or something, you know, they call in mediums. It's not talked about that, but a lot of people do call in mediums when they have to pull a family member off of the breathing machines and stuff like that to see if that's what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, spirituality plays a huge role in more than what we think it does. And that's why when I talk about spiritual gifts, I don't want y'all to just think about these titles. I want you to think more about the actions or the way it's displayed. Because the way that it's displayed is different for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that is an energy worker doesn't do Reiki. Everybody that is a diviner doesn't do tarot. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that is a conjurer doesn't necessarily do spell work with the usual things that you think that they use. Some of them use fire. Some of them use herbs. Some of them use candles. Some of them use animals. They do sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? Like, it depends on who you are, what your gifts are, and the way that it's supposed to show up for you. So these will be like umbrella terms, but the energy comes out and it is displayed in a lot of different places. Yes, you can definitely be multi-gifted. For sure. Now remember, your spiritual gifts are based on your ancestry. So if you're multi-gifted, then that's usually 2 influences, usually from each side of the family, or you just had 2 super super heavy gifts that you're coming back to display from one particular side of the family. It just depends on your specific situation. Okay? Yes, they are unique to the person. It is subjective completely. All right, let's get into our dreamers. And then we're going to do a review. Unless I think of something else. My dream girl. All right, my dreamers. Let me move that over a little bit because we got space. Now, let me say something to my people who are multi-gifted. If you are multi-gifted, master one gift at a time. Unless you want to drive yourself bananas, okay? If you are multi-gifted, and even if you are singular gifted, okay? The majority of y'all are multi-gifted. But even if you have a single gift, shadow work is first, ancestors is next, then you master the gift. Okay? Shadow work, because shadow work is going to give you identity. It's going to let you know who you are, and based on who you are, what you're supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to be tapping in, how you're supposed to be, pursuing that specific gift, okay? Because you could be an energy worker, and you may think, oh, well, I'm an energy worker, so I need to go and pursue Reiki, when really you're supposed to be a singer. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be a singer. But maybe back then when you was a kid, somebody said that you don't sound that good, so you just gave up singing. You was like, no, but you really can't get away from singing, so you've been trying to, ignore it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do your shadow work so you can heal the shit that you don't need. You can learn the shit about yourself that you do need to know, and you can gain some identity and perspective. Healing is first for everything. You can't do none of this shit without healing. You can't do none of this shit without tapping in with your ancestors. You can't do none of this shit without mastering meditation and intuition. It just is what it is. And a lot of people try to get over it. You can't get over that. Okay? Alright, so my dreamers receive messages through, obviously, dreams. Okay? This can also be daydreaming. This can also be deja vu. Okay? This can also be, make sure I spell this right. Okay. Premonitions. Or foresight. Okay? These are my people who receive the bulk of their messages in the dream space. These are my people who can also astral project. Not all, but most of them. Or lucid dream. Okay? But the majority, you'll know that you're a dreamer because the majority of the messages you get ain't for you. Spirit giving you other people's shit. And let me say this. If you are a dreamer and you do not give that message to that person, you will be dealt with. Okay? Spirit will have something waiting on you because that's your job. It's not a choice. Okay? Yes, there can also be messages for the collective. Foresight is seeing things, basically like future sight. Seeing things before they happen. But you can have a dream about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say 2 weeks ago you had a dream that you was walking into this building and this person in a gray shirt and blue pants and brown shoes came and approached you and asked you if you was having a good day and offered you a cup of coffee. And then today you walked into this building, a person with a gray shirt and blue pants and brown shoes came up to you, asked you if you was okay, and asked you for, and see if you wanted a cup of coffee. That's foresight. Okay? My interceders, you guys are mediums. You guys will be considered mediums. Okay? You guys will be considered mediums. Yes. Because you are communicating with the spiritual realm on behalf of another soul. That's what a medium is. So you will be a medium. Like I said, the gift shows up based on who you are as a person, but it doesn't change the umbrella term of it. You know what I'm saying? So a medium, usually people, like I said, they think, oh, you got to communicate with the dead and stuff like that. Yeah. But if you are an interceder, right? And we say prayer because most of us grew up in church, but prayer is nothing more than communicating with the spiritual realm, either on behalf of yourself or somebody else, right? You're a medium. Do I need to add spiritual gift mentorship to my website? It looks like it. What about dreams of people that are alive and died and vice versa? So yeah, I mean, if you can have dreams about people who are alive and have messages for that person, or you can have dreams about people who passed away and that would be messages from that person, or sometimes that person who passed away may be giving you a message for someone else, for the collective, giving you insight. That's why we put foresight on here, because they could be giving you insight on something that's about to happen or that will happen, or sometimes even answer questions or give you clarity on something that has already happened. It just depends. But my dreamers, you guys are always having very vivid dreams. That's what I was supposed to put up here early and I forgot. Thank you, Spirit, for reminding me. Dreams are extremely vivid. Extremely vivid. And that's because you are traveling in the astral realm. Just astral travel. You know what I'm saying? So dreams be super vivid. Like, dreamers usually get confused sometimes about if certain things were a dream or if it really happened. Sometimes y'all don't know the difference between reality and the spiritual realm. Sometimes it's very hard, depending on what they dreamt. It's very hard for them to decipher, like, did I dream about that? Or did that really happen? I don't fucking know. Sometimes you just never know if that really happened to you for real, or if it was something that you just dreamt about. Like, sometimes you would never fucking know, because it gets that vivid where you can see it, you can feel it, you can taste it, you can smell it. It's just, you don't know. Now, for my dreamers, y'all better start writing them damn dreams down. I know that fucking much. I know that much. I know you better have a dream journal. I don't even want to talk to you if you don't. I know that motherfucking much. You better be writing the shit down. That's the reason why some of y'all can't remember the damn dream, because you're not writing it down. Dreamers, y'all have to train y'all mind. Your mind is a muscle. Your mind is like a muscle, and you gotta train that motherfucker like you would any other muscle in the body. In order for you to start retaining your dreams, you have to train your brain to remember. Which means you gotta start writing down what you do remember. Even if it's one detail. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's one little detail, like, oh, red cat. If all you remember is red cat, write down the date, write down red cat, and keep it pushing. But you better write something the fuck down. And you gotta do it as much as possible. Y'all don't have no room to not journal. Y'all don't have no room to not write that shit down. And you need to keep your dream journal right next to your bed, under your pillow, beside you, something, so that once you wake up, I don't care if it's crust in your eye and your goddamn breath stink. Write down whatever you remember immediately. Because the longer you are awake, the further you are from the spiritual realm that you was just in, which means your brain has to come back to the physical reality, and it's not remembering that shit. That's why you don't remember. Okay? And then y'all have to make sure that y'all get adequate rest days. Because depending on how much happened in the dream space, y'all be fucking tired as hell. I don't care. You could have slept for 12 hours straight. You gonna wake up sleepy. You gonna wake up tired. You gonna wake up drained. Body hurting. Something. Because you was active all fucking night. So y'all have to make sure that y'all take rest days. That means, yeah, you may have slept all night, but maybe you need to call out for the day and just lay down. Catch up on some sleep. And you're probably like, well, I was just asleep. Well, you got to actually catch up on sleep. Your body actually needs sleep. Real. Yes, you can wake up with bruises and scratches. And let me say this now. Everybody, just because you have dreams at night don't mean you a dreamer. Okay? The majority of people dream. That's a common thing, right? So don't mean you a dreamer just because you have dreams at night. But when you have dreams where it's useful for people outside of yourself, that's when this is a gift. Everybody has, for the most part, can have dreams that are useful for themselves, right? But everybody don't have dreams that's useful for other people or a collective. And that's what makes the difference between this being a gift and this just being a personal thing that you're able to utilize for yourself, a personal tool. Okay? Now, if you waking up with scratches and shit, that means your protection is off. You shouldn't be waking up with no goddamn scratches. That means your protection is fucked. Or you not as in tune with your spirit team as you think you are. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it, babe. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. Y'all need to up y'all damn protection. This is why I say you can't tap into none of these spiritual gifts if you don't have no ancestral relationship or connection. You ain't did no shadow work. Because you just opening yourself up to get fucked up. This spiritual realm ain't nothing to play with. Nothing to play with. It will literally chew your ass up and spit you out. If you are a dreamer, you need to get real familiar with amethyst. And some type of black crystal, black obsidian, black tourmaline, black something. You need to have a black crystal and a goddamn and some amethyst. You need to keep that shit on you. You can use black onyx. I don't care, but you better have you some amethyst and you better have you some black something. Sailor night, that's cool, that's cute. But that ain't gonna do what you needed to do. If you are a dreamer, if this is your gift, you better have that shit, all up and through that room. Or at least directly in your space when you sleep. Like I said, under the pillow, in your hand, above your head, something. Something. How do I know? I know from experience. Florida water, the Florida water that you buy from the store, baby, that is cologne. We did a whole video last Monday. Was it Monday? That we went over crystals and protection or whatever. Go on YouTube and watch that video. Okay, yeah. I think that was Monday that we went through all that. Go on my YouTube, and I gave a whole recipe for making your own Florida water. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it, my love. Yeah, sleep paralysis, yes, that's a sign that you need to up your protection. It's also a sign that you need to cleanse your space. Because shouldn't no spirits be comfortable coming up in your shit. Hello? Them motherfuckers should be weak in the knees and scared. Terrified. Your shit should be off motherfucking limits. They shouldn't be comfortable coming up in your shit fucking with you. That means something is weak. Your protection weak, you weak, something weak. You ain't tapped in with your spirit team, something's the fuck off, and you need to get it together. You need to up your shit. Shouldn't no spirit feel comfortable coming up in your shit, fucking with you, fucking with nobody. They shouldn't even want to walk up the damn walkway to your front door. They should feel it immediately. These motherfuckers too comfortable around y'all. I don't like that for you. All these motherfuckers, my ancestors don't play about me. My ancestors don't play about me. I'm protected, and I'm this, and I'm that, and I'm what the whoop. Girl, who is you lying to? Because we not buying it. We don't believe you. I don't believe you. Somebody, they popping, blow your goddamn house down. We don't believe you. What could the right ear ringing? Ear ringing has a lot of different meanings. It depends. So those types of things are subjective, right? Overall, it's trying to get your attention for something, but that something is subjective to whatever you are experiencing. You're going through whatever you need to hear. Yes, it means that you're picking up on a certain frequency. What that frequency is, you got to figure that out. So a lot of people like to generalize shit like, oh, if your right ear is ringing, that means that this is happening. If your left ear is ringing, that means this is happening. That can mean different shit for different people. Just like angel numbers. It means different shit for different people. You know what I'm saying? It depends. Your right hand itching, left hand itching. It means different shit for different people. Those are just ways that our soul or higher self or spirit team, spirit guide, ancestral body is trying to alert us of something going on in the spiritual realm. How you decipher that is a personal thing. What it means for you personally is what you got to figure out. This is why shadow work and ancestors go together real bad. Because when you started your shadow work, you don't only just learn about you past your traumas. Thank you for the gift. But you also learn about how you interpret energy, how you read energy, how you decipher energy. You learn a lot about your ability to pick up on things in your space, what your gifts are, what your life purpose is, how you should be showing up, who to be around, who not to be around, what to do, what not to do, so on and so forth. You learn all of that through learning yourself. So shadow work is not just healing, it's also learning yourself. I always say it's self-development. It's self-development. Okay? And ancestors go hand in hand with that. Because that's your GPS. So when you are unsure, when you need insight, higher sight, guidance. That's who you go to, your spirit team. As a dreamer, I've had an ancestor show up, but they didn't give me the message I needed to. I need to strengthen. It don't mean that they didn't give you the message, you didn't decipher it. I'm gonna go through the board in a second. Yeah, they gave you the message, you just didn't decipher it. You didn't pick up on it. Hello, good evening. So if they popped up in your dream, ancestors don't pop up in our dream for no reason. You're not just gonna dream about somebody from the astral realm just for shits and gigs. You know what I'm saying? The message is always there. It's always there. Now, whether you can decipher it or not depends on how in tune you are. That's why I've been telling y'all, you got to meditate. You have to. You can't avoid meditation. You can't avoid shadow work. You can't avoid healing. You can't avoid ancestry. You can't avoid that shit. It all works together. Okay? It all works together. Now, I'm not going to write this one on the board because we don't really necessarily need to. But some people are gifted to work in the dark. What does that mean? And the reason I'm not writing it is because a lot of y'all, I'm not going to say a lot of y'all, but every time I talk about this, there's always somebody who think that they got this fucking gift. And usually they don't. They just is hurt and they need to heal. And they got trauma. But there are people who are gifted to work in the dark. Okay? These are the people who work with, I'm not going to say negative spirits. I'm not going to say demonic spirits because that's not what none of that is. Okay? But these are spirits who are not light and love and happy-go-lucky. These are the spirits that be on shits. These are the spirits that you really don't want to fuck with. These are spirits that you call when there's some shit going on. And I mean some shit going on. Okay? These people are not negative people. But because they work with the dark, they can have a very, very dense energy. Very heavy, very dense, very... You gotta know them to love them. You gotta know them to appreciate them. These are not the people that you just see and they're all inviting and shit. No, these are your secret. The people kind of move. They almost move like shadow figures themselves. They don't really go out like that. Not like how these other people don't go out. These people go out occasionally. My dark workers, they don't really do too much of that going out. If they do, it's at night. They come alive at the nighttime. You know what I'm saying? These are the people who that 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. time zone. Yeah, they gets down. They gets down. They don't play. These are your grave workers. They're almost similar to conjurers, but not entirely, because the thing with conjurers don't always work with those particular spirits. They can sometimes, but not all the time. My dark workers, that's all day, every day. That's who they work with. You don't want to fuck these people over. You don't want to do these people wrong. They always have the purest souls, and that's why they're able to have the gift to work with the dark, because their souls are extremely pure. Extremely pure. Extremely pure. That's why they're gifted to work in the dark. Everybody's not gifted to work in the dark because, again, a lot of these people be moving off of hurt and trauma and pain and trying to be on get back and all type of shit like that. That's not what these people do. These people don't want get back. They're not revenge-based people. Even though they work with them spirits, they are not revenge-based. They're not out here trying to use their gifts to fuck nobody over. They not. No. Okay? They're not them type of people. But you can tell who they are. Okay? They like dark environments. Or they like rainy or wet environments. Or cool environments. They don't usually like a lot of heat. They are, when it comes to the family secrets, they have a lot of introspection when it comes to what's going on in the dark with people living and people who have passed away. Heavy Scorpio energy. Not all of them are Scorpios, so don't think that I'm saying that, but they have heavy Scorpio energy. That dark, very just, you know what I'm saying? The perfect way I can describe an energy like this is, okay, y'all know how on Beauty and the Beast, right? Y'all remember the lady who came and tried to give that man an opportunity to be nice, and she presented herself as like this old woman who, you know, needed help or whatever. And, you know, whatever. And the prince was like, you know, fuck you, bitch. Not verbatim. The prince didn't say fuck you, bitch, but you know what I'm saying. The prince was like, yeah, no, fuck you, bitch. Get away from my house. Ooh, you dirty, you stink. You know what I'm saying? All that. And then she turned him into that goddamn monster. That would be an example of like a dark worker. You know what I'm saying? They can present themselves in different ways, but they teach a lot of lessons to people. They teach a lot of lessons. That's why I was like, yeah. They be handing out lessons. They're the type of people that'll tell you about yourself with a straight ass face. You know what I'm saying? Because they operate with death and rebirth energy. And a lot of them are sent to teach that lesson. Sometimes that lesson ain't so nice. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't last on this side of the spiritual realm when they teach you a lesson. Or somebody that you love might vanish. There's no specific way that lesson is going to be taught. Because if by the time it get to them, babe, that's like the final boss. They deal with the heaviest of the heaviest of the heaviest energy. Extremely powerful people. I like to call them the night walkers. A lot of them you will think are like crackheads, homeless people. They show up in ways you don't expect. People that you see for one time, you'll never see them again. It's like they appear, then they disappear. You can ask people, hey, you seen that man that just walked up to me? And they're like, what man? I just fucking see nobody. Very like spooky ooky. Like, what the fuck? What you mean you ain't seen them? They was just right here. You just never know. Shadow people. They move in the shadows. It's not a lot of them because, again, you have to be the purest of the pure to be able to have that position in the spiritual realm. And most people are not super pure. Not saying that everybody, you know, there aren't pure people that have other gifts, but these are the purest of the pure people, which is why they're able to operate in that light, because they're not doing it from it's not coming from a negative place. It's a job. You know what I'm saying? And these people like to be mainly to themselves because of what they can see, what they feel. You know what I'm saying? They pick up on a lot of death. They pick up on a lot of negativity. So they take a lot of time to themselves to recharge. And sometimes to just be upset about what it is that they see and what they got to do sometimes. It's not an easy life to live at all. At all. You know? But again, you don't want to fuck over them people. You do not want to fuck over them people. Because you don't want to do it. You want to leave them alone. And keep it cute. But like I said, they don't always show up the way you think they're going to show up. They might show up in a place, you know, in a way where they need help or they need something. If you give to these people, if you show, that's why I use the Beauty and the Beast example. If you show love to this person while they're testing you or something like that, some amazing shit will happen. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said they can come in the form of anything. Homeless person asking for $1. You know what I'm saying? Person who are strung out on drugs or something, a schizophrenic. They can come in so many different forms. And it's all about the way that you treat them. If you treat them, you will be having, I don't like saying blessed, but you'll be extremely abundant, extremely prosperous. But you don't take that opportunity, you never know who you're entertaining. My grandma said that shit all the time. You could be entertaining an angel. Those people are angels. Have you ever seen an angel? They look scary as fuck. Them people would definitely be considered angels. Can someone tell me? Oh, let me do a review. Because some people coming in late and asking about the whole, Well, that's why shadow work is the first step to whatever, whatever gifts you tap into, because it's going to help you regulate your emotions, regulate your feelings. It's going to help you know more about yourself so that you can show up better. And it's also going to put you in direct alignment with your intuition. Because somebody said you're going to have these people giving money to anybody. No, if you align with your intuition, you're going to be intuitively led. You won't know who bullshitting versus I feel called to give to this person. You know what I'm saying? It's certain homeless people or people who are in need. You like, it's something about this specific person that I feel, called, versus somebody who just want to go ahead and get that pack of smokes or get that motherfucking 40. It's different. All right, let's do a quick review. Root workers, conjurers, these are the people connected to the land, herbs, and the spiritual realm. Heavily connected to ancestors, usually around death or nature. Okay, it could be either or, it could be both. Doesn't matter. Okay. These people can also be your cooks, your thank you for the gift. What else? Your scientists. They can also work in the medical industry. They can do a lot of stuff. Conjurers kind of be a little bit everywhere, or they only do this shit and that's it. Okay. Spiritual leaders. Let me do this recap and then we'll get into that. Mediums. Mediums are the middleman between the spiritual realm and the physical realm. Okay, so they could be a medium or giving you messages from someone who's passed away, or a pet, or someone who cannot speak, someone in a coma, so on and so forth. They give specific messages. That's how you really know that they're accurate, when the messages that they give are very specific, or it's usually something that It's like if you know type of thing. It's always going to be one or two examples of a if you know, okay? They can communicate through visions, regular communication, word of mouth, and sometimes dreams, okay? Sometimes, not all the time. My diviners / my readers or tarot readers, these people use tools to receive messages. Those tools could be anything, okay? It could be bones, it could be rocks, it could be clouds, it could be tea leaves, it can be runes, it can just be pure energy. It don't matter, okay? They're also mainly energy readers, all right? The way that they decipher the energy is through whatever tools they use, whether they're using themselves as a tool or whether they're using an actual tangible tool, okay? Not all readers, you read the same. I don't know why I put do right there. Not all readers read the same or use the same methods. Very important to understand. No readers are made the same. I've had some people get readings from me and they be like, oh, well, you didn't do it like Megan did it. Bitch, I ain't Megan. I'm Poca. I'm not Megan. I'm not going to read like Megan because I'm not Megan. Damn it. Shit. Everybody don't read the same. Okay? So don't go from one reader to another and then be like, oh, it's not the same. Don't piss me off. Energy readers, diviners, tarot readers gain clarity on messages given to them through the spiritual realm. Okay? Energy workers and healers are more hands-on. These are my huggers. These are my feelers. These are my rub you on your back and hold your hand. So on and so forth. They work with energy. Okay? This can be displayed in a lot of different ways as well. Physically or spiritually, they're usually all empaths. Okay? My dreamers, we just went through dreamers, but we'll just do a quick recap. My dreamers receive messages through dreams, daydreaming, deja vu, premonitions, foresight. They usually astral project. They can lucid dream, and their dreams are very vivid. Okay? Somebody asked me about herbalists. My herbalists use herbs for different reasons. It can be for healing of the body or of the spirit or the soul. Either one. My herbalists also can work with plants. So these could be your plant moms and dads. People who just love plants. They got plants every fucking where. They treat their plants like babies. They talk to them. They talk to their herbs. They have a green thumb. They can grow anything in any condition, any weather, whatever. They know what herbs to mix. These people, my herbalists, can also work, like, they could be pharmacists. They could be scientists. Some of them can be chefs or cooks. There's a lot of different... They can make baths, they can make teas, they can, whatever. Sky's the limit when it comes to herbalists. Honestly, there's so many different things that you could do as an herbalist. And then somebody asked me about spiritual leaders. So spiritual leaders, those are our master teachers. Okay? Spiritual leaders usually don't have just one gift. They kind of encompass all of the gifts almost evenly. Hold on. Let's wipe the board. If you don't got it, you better have it. Shit. Let me wipe this off and then we're going to do a quick little Q&A. I'm going to get more deep into that. I'm going to answer some more questions. Give me a second. Alright, if you missed anything that was written down, it's on, this will be on YouTube tomorrow rising, so just make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. The link is in the bio. But we done with this damn board, because I'm sick of sitting like this. And the rest of this shit I can just talk about without the damn board. Okay. Hold on. Let's turn this. And let's turn this one. Okay, cool beans. So, my spiritual leaders usually encompass all of the gifts. The main ones that we talked about, and then sometimes other ones almost simultaneously. Okay? And this is so that they are able to, because they're master teachers, right? So they're sent here to teach, to provoke thought. All spiritual leaders are not for everybody, so they all have their own communities that they are assigned to. These are people that are very influential. These are people that have the gift of gab. They talk a lot. They've always talked a lot. These are people who are always learning, because you can't be a teacher if you are not a student. So these are my people who love being students. They love learning more than they love teaching, honestly. But they have to teach what they've learned. That's just how the cycle goes. Spiritual leaders usually have a community. When I say community, I don't mean the 15 friends that you got. Okay, we're talking about the collective. They have a collective that they are here to oversee. Okay? So they usually have thousands of people connected to them in some type of way, shape, or form. Period. They attract groups of people. It's not just a little, not like MLK. MLK is not who we was taught MLK was. So, no. More like Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? That would be a little bit more accurate. Yeah. More Malcolm X than anything. Harriet Tubman. You know what I'm saying? Who else? What's my lady from New Orleans? The conjurer. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Yes, Dr. Sabi. Yes, Marie Laveau. Thank you. Yes. People like that who have, not only does their information and knowledge go through the generation they're a part of, but it is completely saturated in time. So they will never be forgotten about. Their information and knowledge will always be prevalent, no matter what physical time they spent in this realm. Always. Yes. And these are people who naturally attract groups of people. They may not want to be around groups of people all the time, but they naturally attract groups of people. These are people that go viral. These are people who have, and I don't mean like viral just like every now and again. No, these are people who have followings. Like they have, when they speak, there's ears. You know what I'm saying? When it's time for them to share, ooh, Kobe. When it's time for them to share, when it's time for them to give information, knowledge, so on and so forth, there's people waiting for the information, for that knowledge. Absolutely not Oprah. Hell to the no, to the no. 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 Hell no. Y'all gotta study them people. Yes, I would be considered one. For sure. Hell to the no. Yes, like a Rashad Jamal, like a young Pharaoh. That's the second time I heard 19 Keys. I'm not familiar with 19 Keys to speak on him personally, so I couldn't tell you about 19 Keys. Bobby Hemmett for sure. That's one of my favorite spiritual leaders. For fucking sure. Yeah. They're almost like the professors or the overseers. They're here to guide. You know, yes, Delbert Blair, definitely Dr. Delbert Blair. Heavy on him. They're here to guide and facilitate the learning process, to steer people. Yes, all the ones that y'all saying, yes. Well, the last 3. That's on the screen. And Dr. Sabi. But yeah, they're here to facilitate and guide. Now, you have to be careful because there are a lot of people, just like them fake ass tarot readers and fake ass conjurers and all the other fake ass people trying to operate in the fake ass gift. You got people who attract audiences, but they usually have to, you can tell if they're really gifted or not by the way they attract them. So these are the people who damn near sell their soul. You can tell by their content that they vibrate low. You know what I'm saying? That they on that bullshit. You just gotta watch and you can tell. You know what I'm saying? Their life will be very, very obviously reflecting of what the fuck is going on with them for real. Their lifestyle is going to tell you a lot. And the more you get into, like I said, shadow work and all of that, you'll be able to read the energy of the people that you need to pay attention to. That's why if you ever got any service from me, I always tell y'all, watch me for a while before you book with me. You know what I'm saying? Don't just, oh, I like her. She's cute. She's that girl. No. Watch me for a minute. Meditate on it. You know what I'm saying? Ask your spirit team, hey, is this the one? Okay? I don't even play like that. Now, I always say if you found me for a reason. It's not always the book with me. Sometimes you just need the information that I was able to give in that moment or that confirmation I gave you. Everybody's not supposed to be a permanent part of my community. And I understand that. So I don't look for everybody that follows me to be a part of my community. I don't look for everybody that tunes into my shit to be a permanent part of my community. Because sometimes I'm just here to give you confirmation or information or education of something that you need. So you can get to your next step. Right? But then there are people who have been with me since 2019, 2020. When I started to do more stuff online. You know what I'm saying? There's people that's been locked and loaded for a while, you know, and people who will start from today and be locked and loaded for a while. That's cool, but it's not for everybody, right? So spiritual leaders know that they're not for everybody. You find me when you need me. Never sooner, never later. You always find me when you need me and when you're ready for what I have to offer. Because I don't teach like everybody. I'm not your normal spiritual leader. Y'all see how I be cussing and acting up and telling y'all I'm going to whoop y'all ass? Everybody don't teach like that. You know what I'm saying? So you find me when you need me. You find me when you're ready for what I got to say. Because if you know me and if you've been a part of my community for a while, first of all, if you've been a part of my community for a while and you here, because this is a whole new page, drop a heart, okay? Because shout out to y'all. But y'all know we gets down over here. It's always facts over feelings. And I'm not one of them spiritualists that give a fuck about your feelings if I gotta save your life. I just don't care. Shout out to all my OGs, triple OGs, triple triples. Y'all the real MVPs. Don't let nobody tell y'all different. Yeah. I mean, A lot of y'all know, the people who've been tuning in with me for a while, there's a lot of people who, they don't, to this day, they don't like the way that I teach. Why you cussing? Why you gotta talk to people like that? Why you got an attitude? Why you mad? Why you this? Why you that? Why you that? Why you that? Baby, I'm just not for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not the teacher for you. That's okay. I'm not mad. Why are you upset? I'm not upset. But I'm not, I promise. What the fuck? Yeah, they just not for me. But a lot of people don't understand that, you know? I don't deal with the sensitive. I always say, if you a part of my community, you a soldier. Because I teach soldiers. I was here to teach soldiers. I was here to teach leaders. I was here to, you know, teach the people that's supposed to be out here, generational curse breakers and so on and so forth. I'm not here for the punks. I'm not here for the scary. That's not who I was sent here for. I'm not sent for them people. So they're not going to resonate with it. They're going to think I'm being aggressive. They're going to think this too much. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here for them people. Yes, I'm the author of the Shadow Workbook. Not the one that went viral on here. But yes, I do have a Shadow Workbook on my website that I wrote. For a person to strengthen their gifts, is meditation the only key? It's not the only key, but it is a main factor. Yes, it is a very, extremely important factor. Extremely important. Yes. They love that aggressive word. It's just they scary. So we should never stop shadow work, even when current past situations. Shadow work is never ending. So I did a whole video on meditation, shadow work, ancestors, the whole nine. Okay, so go on YouTube and watch it. But shadow work is never ending. When you think of shadow work, think of self-development. Do you ever want to stop developing self? Do you ever want to stop being a better version of yourself? Do you ever want to stop being good, showing up good, you know, whatever, changing for the better? Change is a part of life, so you're supposed to be changing, right? They've kind of conditioned people to think, oh, you know, you switched up. No, bitch, I upgraded. You know what I'm saying? I ain't switch up. You changed. You different. Duh. You shouldn't want to fuck with me if I showed up the same every day. That's weird. You should want me to be better. What? So shadow work is nothing more than self-development. Becoming a better version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's it. What's the name of the shadow work book you wrote? Is the author named Poca? No, the author name is my regular name. My full name, my government name. But you can go on my website, click the... Let me see if my links is working, because some of y'all say the links wasn't working. Let me see something here. Let me make sure. You should be able to go click the link in my bio. So it's called the Melanated Guide to Healing. If you click my website link, let me show y'all. If you click the website link, it's going to take you to the main page on my website. Click these 3 lines. Go to books and literature. Right here is this one. Okay? It's the first, well, the second one on the first line. You can get the ebook. The ebook version is only $8, or you can get the physical copy. The physical copy is for those who want to actually write into it. Okay? Or you can go directly to Amazon and just type in Melanated Guide to Healing, and it'll pop up, and then you can order it that way. Either one, it don't matter. Okay? And then the other link, if you click the link in my bio, so if you click this link here, it's going to pop up with the website and the YouTube. Click the YouTube link. It's going to take you to my YouTube, and then subscribe. Okay? To look for all the lessons that we already did, go to the live tab and just scroll down and you should see it. So for those who's asking about protection herbs, we did protection herbs and rituals last week. We did crystal smudging and meditation as well. So that's all at the top. We've done how to read a birth chart, full placement breakdown. We did shadow work and childhood trauma healing 101. That's on there as well. Moon phases and qualities explained, full breakdown. That's on there. Zodiac signs and energy with each element. That's on there as well. Breakdown of numerology, planets. We did that. I think that's it. I think that's where we started. Yeah. Oh, that's on the YouTube for those who want to go watch the lessons from the beginning. Mondays and Wednesdays are our lesson days over here. Okay? Can you give examples of energy workers? Energy workers can show up in a lot of different ways. Poets, musicians, artists. They can work in the medical field, health industry, pharmaceutical, teachers, therapists, social workers. It's just working with energy. Now, the way that you work with energy can be different. Hairstylists, barbers. Sometimes energy workers may just work in customer service. You could be you could work at a damn call center. You know what I'm saying? You could do remote work online. But if you're an energy worker, then it's going to come out in whatever you do. It don't matter. So it's not, I don't want y'all to get too obsessed with the titles, but more with the energy of it, right? The properties of that thing. So the title can vary depending on the display of energy. Make sense? So if I use amethyst and black tourmaline, what did you say? It helps with dreaming. So amethyst is a spiritual, very, very, very spiritual crystal that specifically helps with the dream space and the astral realm. So that needs to be around you when you're dreaming, period. If you are a dreamer and you receive messages in the dream space. The black tourmaline is going to serve as your protection, because when you are in that dream space, number one, you leave your body, right? We all leave our body at night. Nobody's soul is laying down to go to sleep, because the soul doesn't require sleep. It's energy. Energy does not die, right? So it don't need sleep. So you leave your body at night, right? So the black tourmaline is going to protect your body, your physical body, and it is also going to help protect your spirit as you are traveling and navigating the spiritual realm. Was in customer service for 15 years now, a coach, sound healer, dream interpreter, chakra guide. Makes sense to me. Also, I am doing if you go to my website, it's the first service that you see. I'm doing the spring equinox mentorship. It is a collective mentorship, meaning that we'll all be doing it together. It will last the entire month of March. It is only $77 for the entire month of March. One day out of the week, we will do a Zoom, and this will be to prepare you for the spring equinox. We understand that the spring equinox is the official start of the new cycle. So they celebrate their new year in January. We celebrate it during the spring equinox when the energy actually shifts into a new cycle. So we'll be going over the astrology for 2025, the official astrology for 2025, all of the placements that you need to know so that you can prepare for each month. We're going to go month by month, literally from April all the way to March of 2026. Okay. We're going to go through details of numerology. We're going to go through healing exercises. I'm going to offer any spiritual insight that Spirit has given me to share, or warnings or things just to pay attention to. And then we'll also have a group chat where we can communicate through the entire month of March for questions, for you guys to connect. Because this spiritual journey, it ain't the biggest community that it should be, at this point, because a lot of people are just awakening or reawakening, right? So sometimes it's a little lonely because you can't really find too many people, especially in your family dynamic or around you, that are off the same type of vibe. So I'm always big on community first, everything else later, right? So we're going to have a group chat where everybody can communicate and, all of that. But yeah, if you do need to pay half now, half later, or whatever the case is, just shoot me an inbox message. You can use this box at the bottom. Just put Spring Equinox Mentorship in a box at the bottom, and then I'll send you the information. And you just let me know if you need to pay half or not. Do you think the planes are falling due to the energy shift or the grid? No. The planes that are falling on purpose. The Zooms will be in the afternoon or in the evening. So I usually start my Zooms at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you cannot make the Zooms, don't worry about it, because the recordings of the Zooms will be posted in that collective group chat. So if you miss anything, you can just watch it when you need to. No, it's because Trump fired the air traffic controllers. No, it's not. That's not why. That's fear-mongering, and it's not true. Has nothing to do with Trump. Or the FAA. Y'all gotta see deeper. This is why y'all need to meditate. The planes are crashing because they're crashing planes. Like, it's just we are under attack, okay? And the biggest attack that we've always been under is fear. Fear is one of the strongest energies that they've been using for a very long time to condition y'all and to keep you stagnant. Okay? This is fear-based. No, Trump does not have anything to do with it. Y'all got to understand, and we're not about to go too deep into that. Maybe we'll save this topic for Thursday when we do our topic and Q&A. I'm going to say this and then we can close out, okay? If the collective of the government don't like somebody, you need to like them. If the collective of the government don't fuck with somebody, you need to research them deeper. Unbiasedly. Because they're never going to support somebody who is going to cut them the fuck off or lead to their demise. They're never going to support somebody who is going to help them or assist them get any further than they already have gotten. But they will go against somebody who is coming to destroy everything that they eating up off of. And you can tell with the shit that this man is doing that them motherfuckers don't fuck with him, and there's reasons why. And this is a spiritual thing, and this is also a realistic physical thing. Okay? Look at how many of them mad that he done found that lost money. Look at how many of them mad that he done did away with the U.S. aid that wasn't helping no motherfucking body. Look at how many of them motherfuckers mad that he done put them tariffs in place and he making these other countries pay up. Look at how many people mad that he's saying it's only two genders and ain't all this other stuff. Y'all gotta follow the information and the knowledge. Okay? A lot of y'all get y'all opinions from news clips and people who are paid to tell you bullshit. And that's just that on that. Samantha B, are you melanated? And that's not no tea, no shade. But if you're not melanated, it makes a lot of sense of why you have the outlook that you have. And I'm not going to go into that further. Because it's a lot of shit that's going on that ain't benefiting a lot of people who've been getting benefited. So it makes sense why some people are mad. And why they trying to convince people that look like me to be mad. It just is what it is. I didn't assume anything. I asked you a question. You not answering my question is very telling. Okay. Just saying. Exactly. Thank you. Woo! I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Thank you very much. Let the church say, okay. Thank you. Very obvious. That energy don't never lie, babe. That energy don't lie. That shit go through they pores so bad, it is what it is. What they say, try the spirit by the spirit, know the spirit by the spirit. What is it? Like, how would you determine if you are one or not? I hear it a lot and read. So earth angels are nothing more than people sent here for a mission to help further the collective in some type of way, shape, or form. Pookie, but I can't take no advice from anybody who don't look like me, especially when it comes to spiritual advice. That don't even make sense. That don't make sense. Why would I take advice from somebody that my ancestors taught? That don't make sense. Yeah, so earth angels are people. Earth angels are no more or nothing more than people sent here with specific mission to further the collective. So it can show up in a different way. It could be my generational curse breakers, my conjurers, half of the gifts that we went through. People who just have a purpose, a higher purpose, a greater purpose here. Usually people who are reincarnated, who come back. Maybe not reincarnated from the next lifetime. They could have skipped lifetimes in between. But they're back on mission. They're never just here just to chill, you know? Yeah, we'll get deeper into everything that's going on Thursday. I'll save that for our topic in Q&A. Yes, you can skip lifetimes. You don't have to come back. Like, right after you pass away, and on this side, you don't have to come back immediately. You can wait. Or never come back. How do you know you are one? You do that shadow work, and it's revealed to you. Your purpose is always revealed to you through inner work. That's why you got to do that inner work. Yes, definitely remind me. Can we do Zodiac live gold readings one day this week? Yes, we'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's our live reading collective day, so we'll do it tomorrow. Hello, those who's joining. I'm about to hop off here. How long I've been on here? Always live here, and then the recording is always posted on YouTube. So tomorrow I'll be on between 3:30 and 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, I do have a spiritual group on Geneva. The Geneva app. I gotta put that link in my bio. It's not linked in my bio yet. But if you are interested in being a part of my spiritual group, just shoot me an inbox message and I'll send you the link. You gotta be melanated. It's a closed practice. I don't give a fuck about what nobody's talking about. What's gonna happen if I reincarnate? It depends. Why are you reincarnating? What's the purpose? I got on at the 2-hour mark. Okay. It's not, I don't think I did over 4 hours, did I? Yeah, everybody reincarnate for different reasons. So it depends. I got a screen over here while I'm looking at the comments too, y'all. So I'm not looking off in space, I promise. Probably look a little crazy. Is that what a past life reading is, to see if you reincarnated? A past life reading can tell you if you're reincarnated, but it's mainly to tell you what happened in the past life, to give you more information on what this lifetime could be for, or what you're supposed to be doing here, and if you accomplished whatever you were supposed to accomplish last time. Some people did, some people didn't. You can also do past life meditations. Yep, I went over life path numbers. That's on YouTube. How can we unlock the Akasha records? What you think I'm gonna say? Take a guess. What you think I'm gonna say? What happens? I'm born on the 8th, so I'm for sure reincarnated as in the Earth Angel. That don't really have nothing to do with it, I'm gonna be honest. If you don't reincarnate, you don't reincarnate. Everybody don't reincarnate. Some people become ancestors. Some people just go do other shit in the spiritual realm. Shadow work, yes, but mainly meditation. That's all I was gonna say. But yeah, she said shadow work, yeah. That's, but maybe meditation if you're doing if you're trying to tap into the Akashic records. How about being autistic and spiritually gifted? Well, there's a difference. You have people who are naturally autistic, and you have people who are pharmaceutically, I don't know if that's a word, or medically autistic. Most of these kids are medically autistic. It's because of the shit that they're putting in the food and these jabs and other stuff. But then you have people who are just naturally autistic, which could be a spiritual gift. Schizophrenic people are nothing more than mediums, seers. They have spiritual gifts as well. Bipolar people are people who can feel and sense energy. They're empaths, so they kind of go based on what they feel. A lot of what they deemed mental health is really just spiritual gifts, but they can't teach you that, because they got to teach you that that shit is crazy so that you don't tap into it. You don't control it. Done a lot of healing and still don't know my purpose. What type of shadow work should I be doing? Great question. So when you say done a lot of healing, what does that mean? Because usually when I hear people say that, not saying that this is what you're saying, but usually when I hear people say that, it just means you did a lot of exercises. You know what I'm saying? Or a lot of reading. But shadow work is a daily thing, and it's not just healing. Shadow work is also building a relationship with your spirit team, working on yourself, working on your triggers, going through your past experiences, traumas, not just the traumas that stand out to you, but the traumas that are lying beneath the surface. That's why we call it shadow. It's the things that are in the shadows, the things that are not really surface level, the things you gotta kind of dig for, you gotta search for, you gotta sweat for, you gotta bleed for, you gotta cry over. You know what I'm saying? Shadow work, real shadow work will keep you up at night sometimes. You know, getting real deep into it. As a dreamer, can I conjure the vision or ancestor purposely, or is the dream just to foresee randomly? What do you mean by can you conjure the vision or ancestor? I'm trying to understand exactly what you're saying so I can answer it properly. But a lot of people don't do shadow work the way that you should. I offer mentorships for shadow work and spiritual beginners and spiritual foundation and stuff like that. I also have consultations. So if you need one-on-one assistance, definitely tap in with my website and book accordingly. Can I learn to control it, like have a vision or something on purpose? So yeah, you can definitely learn to control it. Visions are usually experienced not necessarily purposely, but when you need them. But you can for sure get to a place where you can tap in for a specific thing if you need to. Now, if you're a dreamer, you wouldn't necessarily have visions on demand, but you can tap in as far as meditation. And meditation not always, like I said, sitting down and whatever. Sometimes meditation is just closing your eyes, taking a few deep breaths, and allowing your energy to open up to answers or to information. So you can gain clarity more on demand. But visions are not always an on-demand thing. Because visions are based on what messages you need or what things you need at that moment. And you kind of don't know till you know sometimes. So I wouldn't necessarily say visions will be on demand. Like, think of like That's So Raven. You know what I'm saying? Like, she never had a vision when she wanted to. You know what I'm saying? When she was in it, she can kind of control it a little bit as far as figuring out what it means and seeing certain, you know, specificities of that vision and shit like that. But she couldn't necessarily control having the vision. Like, she can't be like, let me just stare off in space and then I'm gonna automatically have a vision. It was just kind of like a, when it was time type of thing. If that makes sense. Alright, y'all, final questions. I'm gonna give y'all 5 more minutes. Final questions, and then I'm off this hoe. Because I got to go to the stove before I hit the floor. You're welcome, Sugarfoot. Y'all good over here? My big old people, y'all don't really be saying too much, so I don't be looking over there as much, but make sure y'all straight. You're so welcome. Shout out to everybody that gifted. Shout out to everybody that liked, that subscribed, that will subscribe to YouTube, that followed. Shout out to all of y'all. Are you on Twitch? I am not on Twitch. I thought about doing Twitch, but I don't know. I feel like that's more like for long-term streaming for, you know, multiple hours out the day. I don't be doing all that. But I'm not opposed to it. If I'm led in that direction, I'll definitely do it. Oh, you live on most platforms? Yes, so I'm live on TikTok Live and then the Big O app, which is another live streaming app. I just started the Big O streaming like last month, I think. But this the first, I've been consistent with it maybe the past week and a half, I think. I usually go live between 3:30 and 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As long as you're following and you have on your live notifications, you should see it. But in the event that you ever miss a live, it is always, the recording is always posted to YouTube the day after. So this live will go live tomorrow rising around like 6 something a.m. ish. You'll see this live. I try to do it, you know, at a time when y'all going to work, and then by the time you go to lunch, it'll be fully uploaded. Alright, everybody good? All hearts and minds are clear, like my grandma said before she closed church out. Any announcements? Everybody good. Everybody's great. No announcements. Again, if you're interested in the spring equinox class, that's on the website. All my other services on the website. Yeah, we need to do altar call. Come to Jesus. Come to just now. He will save you. No. Is there a heart in the house tonight? Is there a heart in the house tonight? Alright, I'm done. That's how you know it's time for me to get off here, because I'm playing too much. I'm glad you was led to me. Shout out to everybody. If this your first time, I know it was other people, but if this your first time tuning in, drop a heart. I want to see how many newbies we got in here. Shout out to all the newbies. I hope my OGs been helping out my newbies in the comments too. Because y'all know I punch y'all. Oh shit, we lit. Oh, y'all deep. I love it. Okay, shout out to the newbies. I know that's right. I know that's right. Now, will you come back tomorrow is the question. I know y'all knew, but will you be here tomorrow? That's the question. Will you show up tomorrow? Oh, alright, oh, alright, oh, alright, oh, alright, oh, alright. Oh, alright, oh, alright. Okay. Because we're going to get into a good old reading tomorrow. And if you watch my readings, you already know how that goes. Okay, period. Thank you for the follow, girl. Oh, that's probably a girl. What time? Between 3:30 and 4:30 p.m. So my spiritual community is offline. It's on the Geneva app. So if you want to be added to that community where we chit chat and talk offline, yes, Eastern Standard Time, just shoot me a DM on here and I'll send you the link. I haven't put that link in my bio yet, so I'll have to send that to y'all individually until I get that link in the bio. Alright, y'all good? Y'all straight? All hearts and minds is clear. Everybody good? Do the Harlem shake. Shake it off. Turn around. Sit down. Jump up and down. Alright, bet. Alright, I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Make sure y'all here and as on time as you could possibly be. Either way, you know, we'll fill you in if you come in late. And the recording will be posted anyway. So you'll see it regardless. Love and light to all of y'all. Be good. Have a safe rest of your night. Get some sleep. Get something good in your belly. Take all of these messages and everything into consideration. Consideration. That was ghetto. Consideration. Ain't no T in that word. I did. Anyway. And yeah. A grace period. Well, I usually do a song in the beginning that's at least 3 to 5 minutes. So that's as much grace as I can extend. Before it's time for us to go ahead and get into it. So try to get here at least by, if I start at 4:30, be your ass in here by 4:40. 4:45 at the latest, and maybe be alright. Heavy on the maybe. I don't know. Alright, light love. I'll see y'all tomorrow.